As the sun sets in the desert, we take you on a trip right down Lopes Way, right inside GCU Arena, where things are starting to heat up under the lights here in the House of the Havocs as GCU tries to bounce back after a rough road loss. And the Kangaroos of UMKC are in town tonight, riding a 6-17 overall record with 1 win in the WAC conference. Meanwhile, GCU hoping to improve on its 4-2 record in WAC play. I'm Kate Longworth. Thanks so much for joining us tonight on the Lopes Pregame Show. You're dialed in right now to Cox Channel 4, Your View. And we thank you for joining us on this. We've got some good news and some bad news. The bad news, yes, the Lopes did have a tough game up at Utah Valley, falling in the end. But the good news is they're back at home, and it certainly is home sweet home for the Lopes. They have a great record here inside GCU Arena. And by the way, it is a new month on the calendar, which means we are 1 month closer to the madness that is March. And as a team is in the midst of its conference play, these guys, they're dialed in. They know what's at stake. They've got to continue to win these games in the conference play, and they keep their eyes on the prize, knowing that come March, it's all about the victories.
I'm confident in us. I think we got what 8 games left in conference, and I think we can go on a good run and win 7 or 8 of these games. And this will be good for us. I think we're ready to go on and see if we can win every last one of these. And I think we're capable. It's just a matter of getting in rhythm.
I think the confidence is still there. We all believe that we can still win. We can still make a run. We can beat any team in this conference, which is no questions asked. So hopefully, if we can keep this thing rolling, get better, get these next few wins, we can sort of make a run late, and then anything can happen in March.
As you heard, the team's still very confident. Obviously, that game at Utah Valley didn't go in their favor, but they know they have the ability to get these opponents. And as they go up against Kansas City and Chicago State for a second time already this season, the Lopes poised and ready for these matchups here at home. Who else is ready? Well, our team that will call the game from start to finish, Barry Patel and Scott Williams in the house tonight, getting us ready for the big game ahead. Guys, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Kay. Yeah, that was a tough loss. They were at Utah Valley coming off trying to ride a sweep here into the conference play. They were up 14-2, 10 minutes into the game, and then the wheels just fell off.
Yeah, they had all that momentum off that game against William Jessup, took it on the road, got off to a great start. You think it was going to carry over, but it's that old adage, you start fast, you fade fast sometimes when you're on the road. They didn't get enough help up from their bench in that basketball game either, so it was just one of those things where they just couldn't get the starters going, couldn't get the seniors going, and the wheels fell off, and when Utah Valley caught their stride, Lopes could never recover.
Look at the free throws, 8 of 13 for the Lopes, 22 of 30 for the Wolverines.
Well, I like the fact they were able to get on that glass, but if you can't get that ball back in the hole, you're not scoring enough points to win the basketball game.
Yeah,
so they did a good job. They don't have to do that again tonight, but we got to find a way to get their offense clicking again, whether it's getting on the glass and getting fast break opportunities or executing their half-court sets better.
Let's take a look at the Western Athletic Conference standings. New Mexico State has been dominating. They are a perfect 6-0. Utah Valley moves up to 5-1 with the victory. Seattle University joining the Lopes.
Yeah, GCU stayed within striking distance, and New Mexico State dropped that game up against at Seattle. So they're right where they want to be, but they're going to need a little, they're going to go on the road and beat New Mexico State in their place. But they got to take care of home court first. They can't be looking past this, the team that has really been struggling in the conference.
Well, one guy that has stepped up the last 4 games with 4 straight 20-plus point performances, Alessandro Levi.
I love the way this Italian is just really taking the ball to the basket. He's got a real lot of confidence on his post game right now, up and unders. His face-up jump shot, probably his best arsenal. Those bigs do not want to come out away from the basket on him. He's really shooting at a high percentage right now. Just one of only 4 freshmen in the country to be averaging 16 points and shooting 55% from the field in conference play.
There you see it, 34 minutes against Utah Valley, 22 points, 9 of 7 from the field, picked up 8 rebounds as well, and there's the numbers, 4 straight games, 20-plus performances, almost 25 points per game in the last 4. How about Oscar Freyer, though, stepping up He's averaging close to 28 minutes per game, and he has definitely stepped up, almost 12 points per game.
Coach Marley's done an excellent job coaching this kid up. And he set him down to come out of that starting role for a little while. So I want you to concentrate on your defense, but his defense is giving him confidence on the offensive end as well. So not only did Coach Marley get the bonus on the defensive end that he wanted, but he's also got this guy so locked in now, so focused on the offensive end, he's knocking down shots all over the floor.
32 minutes against the Wolverines, 11 points, 9 rebounds, close to that double-double, ranking 5th in the conference in rebounds, close to 7 rebounds per game. 1-5 are the Roos from UMKC, losing all 5 of their starters from a season ago. A lot of newcomers on this team. A lot of guard play. We may see 5 guards on the floor here tonight, and Xavier Bishop is leading the way.
Yeah, they go small. They do get pounded on the glass. There'll be a chance for the Lopes to be able to get some damage there. But you got to watch this guy, Xavier Bishop. He's absolutely outstanding. And he had 23 back on the 20th when GCU was up there at 9-16 field goals. So, you know, he started 7 games a year ago, and he's a thief on the defensive end as well.
Had 23 points against the Lopes in a losing effort as the Lopes look to sweep this season series against UMKC tonight at GCU Arena. Kate, we'll send it back over to you.
All right, thanks, guys. And before you go anywhere, Scott, I wonder, in your opinion, how important are these next 2 games? Do you see them as must-win situations for the Lopes? If they want to continue to prove for this conference, they're a force to reckon with.
It's an absolute must, Kate. I mean, you got to beat up on these bottom feeders, especially at home. I mean, you're playing 2 teams with a combined 8 wins in conference play on the season. Absolutely must-win basketball games if you want to have good seeding going into the conference tournament. I talked to Coach Marley before the game, caught him in the hallway. I said, Coach, we go get one tonight? He said it better, or the team's going to be running sprints after the game. So I'm sure they will come out in that locker room focused and ready to play.
All right, I'm guessing if Dan Marley has his way, they definitely will. He wants his team focused. And sometimes the hardest challenge for teams is to not play to their competition, but play their ball. So can the Lopes do that tonight? Only time will tell. Who also will tell the game plan? Well, that would be Dan Marley. And right after this, he sits down with our Barry Mattel to talk about how the conference race has narrowed. What's in store for the Lopes? You'll find out right after this quick, short break.
My name is Anthony Perez, and I earned my master's in education at Grand Canyon University. I feel that the degree program at GCU definitely got me ready and prepared me to be an agent of change, so that way I can lead my classroom to find innovative ways of solving the problems in education in the state of Arizona. Grand Canyon University definitely has a vibrant campus that has many resources that are accessible.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
The Lopes have a quick turnaround when they face Chicago State this Saturday at the GCU Arena. GCU needs 2 wins this week to help with WAC tournament seedings in their quest to earn an NCAA tournament berth. Join us for the Lopes pregame show starting at 6:30 with tip-off shortly after at 7 right here on your view, Cox Channel 4, or listen to Michael Potter and Tom Kuiper on the Fanatic, 1580 AM or 99.3 FM or 95.9 FM. We continue with the Lopes pregame show. Barry Mattel alongside the head coach of your GCU Lopes, Dan Marley. Looking good.
As are you.
Thank you so much. Well, you're coming off a...
I'm not even wearing makeup.
No, you should. Anyway.
You should.
Anyway, coming off a tough loss at Utah Valley. You guys came out 14-2 was the score into 10 minutes into the game, and then it was a bit of a different story after that.
Well, I mean, we started off, well, and especially at home, Utah Valley's going to make a run, and we did all right. We just at the end of the day, it was turnovers and fouls. They shot 33 free throws, and I think we shot 13. I thought some of the calls were suspect, especially on our preseason player of the year on Josh, but you're going to get that sometimes on the road, so we have to do a better job, especially turnover-wise. That's the team that doesn't really turn you over. And they scored, I think, 21 points off our turnovers, which is hard to overcome, and then the foul situation. So we struggled offensively again. I thought Ollie did a good job post up, but Josh could never really get in the game. Had 1 point right away. I think he only had one shot, but as I said, foul trouble really hurt him and just couldn't get into a rhythm of the game.
Ali Alessandro Lever has been tearing it up, 20-plus point performances the last 4 games.
Yeah, he's done well, and he did well against Utah Valley and their big guys, and he's just really starting to have some confidence, and the hard work is starting to pay off. He's doing a good job of attacking the basket. In the post is really got good footwork, using the left, using the right, using the angles, and our guys are doing a really good job of finding him in the post, which has been a real emphasis of our game here the last 4 or 5 games, of trying to pound it inside and using our height advantage, and Ollie's been the recipient of most of them.
Let's revisit what you kind of talked about, shed some light on Josh Braun, but the seniors definitely probably need to step up. Josh, of course, in the game, he followed out 24 minutes, 17 minutes, 4 points for Keontae Vernon, and 9 points in 38 minutes for Casey Benson.
Yeah, it's tough for Josh. We'll talk about Casey first. Casey has to do a better job of looking to score. Not that he needs to score, but he's got to do a better job of looking to score. Sometimes he's not even looking at the basket. And too many times he's trying to get to the basket instead of taking what the defense gives him. Sometimes that's jump shots. And Josh, it's a tough road for Josh. Guys are keying in on him, obviously, and it's hard to get him any shots at the basket. He's not helping himself out, and to be honest, our guys aren't helping him out. Sometimes they're not screening away for him and trying to look for him. And then Keontae has just got to go out there with the mindset of being physical and taking the ball to the basket like that. He's shooting 37%. In league and go on the free throw lines 11 times, which tells you in 6 games that he's not being aggressive. He's not a jump shooter. He's got to take the ball to the basket. He's got to be more physical. He's got to use his strength and his size and his quickness and attack the basket. I told him, I give you 1 jump shot, and if you make it, you can get another one. If you miss it, then start taking the ball to the basket. And I had a nice long conversation with him, so hopefully tonight he'll bring that physicality to the game that he needs to bring.
Well, let's further talk about your point guard situation and the depth of the point guard situation. You put a freshman in there, Damari Mills said he picked up 2 quick turnovers in the game at Utah Valley, and you're down a man at that position.
Yeah, Damari just wasn't ready to play, and I told you as a freshman sometimes that happens. You could tell in warm-ups he wasn't verbal, he wasn't talking, and unfortunately for a freshman at the point guard position, you don't have 2-3 minutes to get warm and get ready. When you come in a game, you got to, first of all, not turn the ball over and be ready to play. And that doesn't mean scoring or whatever. That means getting us, facilitating, getting us into the offense and taking care of the basketball, be talking. And I had to talk with him, too, so I expect a more out of him. And he's in a tough position. He hasn't played a whole lot this year, but, he's a tough kid, and he's going to be ready to play. And unfortunately, Shaq's not going to be able to play. So Damari's got to be a guy, when I call on him, he's got to come out there and be ready to go and lead the team and not turn it over. And I've been experimenting a little bit with Jared at the point guard. He gives a little bit of size. He's very, very smart. So we may see a little bit of that night. I'm not sure how that's going to go. But, Casey's got to play better. When Damari goes in there, he's a talented kid. He's just got to play well.
Interesting you mentioned Jared there. Do you think about getting some players a little bit more playing time now here down the stretch in conference
Well, not
play?
so much playing time. They got to earn their playing time. I got that rotation where it's 10 guys right now. And all those guys are capable of going out and playing 20 minutes, and they're all capable of playing 10. It just depends on the flow of the game. It depends on how well they're doing. If they go in and we're up and the lead decreases and the energy's not there, they got to come out. The same thing with the starters. If they're not getting it done, and say, if Casey's not playing well, I put in Damari and we're playing well, then Damari stays in. If he doesn't, then he doesn't. Same thing with Matt. Same thing with Jared. Same thing with Fifi. You can't afford to bring these guys in and see our lead decrease, our energy decrease, our defensive presence doesn't pick up. Then you got to go another way. If they're playing well, they stay out there.
UMKC comes in here, a team that you beat pretty handily on the road at Kansas City. Team that plays a little small. They had a lot of rotation. They got a lot of new faces on this roster.
Yeah, they play small. Sometimes they'll have 5 guards. That'll be a challenge for guys like Rob, guys for Ollie, to guard perimeter guys. And I tell them all the time, you got to guard or I got to take you out. And on the other side, we have to punish them like we did there with our size, and that's what we'll plan on doing. But they have to get down, they have to guard, they got to stop their penetration, and it's hard. And I'm not saying it's easy. A 6'10" guard, a guy guarding a 6'2" guy that can really put the ball on the floor. That's tough, but in this league you have to be able to do it. So I expect those guys to play well defensively, and then on the offensive end battle with their size.
All right, good luck tonight.
All right, thank you.
Head coach Dan Marley, our guest. Stay with us. More of the Lopes pregame show continues from GCU Arena, but coming up next, Jesse Mueller cut way down on his golf game while he led the renovation of the GCU Championship Golf Course. Now that the course and clubhouse are completed, he's back playing competitive golf, including at this week's Waste Management Phoenix Open. We'll show you how the GCU Golf Course's director of golf earned his way onto the PGA Tour when we come back.
Hi, I'm Bethany. I'm a junior here at GCU. Students are making a huge impact on the Valley just through painting the Valley purple. It really means a lot to people in Phoenix to hear that somebody's from GCU. It almost gives you like credentials because they know that you're a good kid and that you're gonna go far. I definitely think GCU is preparing me for my future and teaching students and being a difference maker in the lives of other people.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, the 2018 WAC Basketball Tournament at the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas. March 7th through 10th, 14 games, 4 days of WAC madness. Be there for the triumph. Get your tickets now at gculopes.com. See you in WAC Vegas.
Welcome back to the Lopes pregame show here on Your View. If you're at home, well, you can still be a part of the fun here at GCU Arena by following us on Twitter or Instagram using the hashtag LopesRising. And who knows, you just might be a part of our broadcast. You can see right now we have tweets scrolling on the bottom of the score. So use that hashtag LopesRising and get in on the action. I'm Kate Longworth. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. We're going to be talking a lot of basketball ahead, but first, that's right, we're making our way over to the greens, where in a short amount of time that Jesse Mueller has been the director of golf over at the Grand Canyon Golf Course, the site has done a complete 180 from a tired west side track to a spectacular challenge and beautiful greens that appeals to players of all levels. And now that the course is firing on all cylinders, Jesse Mueller had a chance to show off his skills at the highest level, a part of the PGA Tour this week at the Waste Management Open.
We closed the golf course in 2015, and we hired John Fote, who has designed a lot of great golf courses in the country, to redesign the course. So we closed for the year, and we added about 600 yards. We redid the tee boxes, the green complexes, the bunkers, added some undulation. We upgraded the grass and the greens and the fairways, and then we opened January 1st, 2016. So it's been good. We've had a lot of good feedback. We've hosted a lot of great events so far, from the men's and women's tournament to the Arizona Amateur, and we've had a lot of good feedback from everyday golfers and for high-skilled golfers as well. It's been great to be able to be the general manager here at the golf course. Through the construction process, the transformation from what it was to what it is now. It had great bones to begin with, and then just the upgrades that GCU put into it has turned it into a great place for everyday golfers and for very competitive golfers as well. And being able to work with the team that I have here at GCU Golf Course, as well as the students that we have, helping out the men's golf team, being able to be with them at practice, and I'm always available for them to ask for help. So I have a lot of the golfers that come and ask me to look at their swing or just to talk about my experiences playing college golf and professional golf. I feel that I have a lot to add because I've been there. I've been playing competitive golf for, 15, 20 years now, so I've had a lot of tournament experience that I feel that I can share with them. So it's been great being able to work with the guys on the team. I do miss it a little bit, so if there's a tournament here and there that I get a chance to play in, I'll try to get into that event and play. I should have time throughout the year to play in a few, so as long as I can still compete on a decently high level, I'll continue to play once in a while. I joined the section last summer, the Southwest Section PGA, and that was my first section championship was in September. So that was, I just joined, and I was able to compete in the section championship just a few months later. And to be able to win it, we have a lot of good players in the section, so it was, I played great, and then obviously it gets me into the waste management here in a couple of weeks. So I'm really looking forward to that. Growing up in Phoenix, attending the tournament many times and playing professional golf for 10, 12 years and just not being able to get into it, being close a couple times. Just to be able to play in front of all my family and friends and all the GCU family is going to be looking forward to it. This will be my third PGA Tour event. I played in the US Open 2012, and I played in the PGA Tour event about a month ago in Las Vegas. So that was a nice, I guess, preparation or a nice experience to get before the waste management. So I feel comfortable playing out there, so I look forward to, it's being Phoenix, so I've played the golf course. I've been out there a few times in the last couple of months, so I know it's wild. I haven't been out there in a couple of years, but I know the atmosphere, and it's going to be, the US Open had big crowds, but nothing like this, so it's something that we'll just see what happens. All I can do is try to hit the best shot I can and hope for the best.
And Jesse managed 2 birdies today and tees off tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. with the Havocs in tow. That's right, the Havocs are heading over to the Waste Management Open to cheer on Jesse Mueller, and we wish him the best. Meanwhile, we are wishing the Lopes the best tonight as they take the court in just a few moments, squaring off against the Kangaroos of Kansas City. What are they up against? Well, Paul Coro knows all. He is, after all, the insider of all things GCU athletics, and he joins us next. Coro's Corner. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
I'm Bianca. I'm a sophomore here at GCU, and I'm studying mechanical engineering.
Arizona is completely different from Italy, but that's why I love it so much.
I feel honored to be here at GCU. I feel like they truly care about who I am.
If you're passionate and if you work hard, you can do it, and GCU is here to support you. I will be able to apply my knowledge and make a difference immediately.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu. At GCU, earning your degree online doesn't have to be without the college experience. To find your purpose, it takes support from those around you. GCU's leadership offers over 3 decades of experience in delivering real-world degree programs online. GCU's online class size averages less than 17 students with full-time faculty. Find your purpose online at Grand Canyon University. Call us today at 855-428-7692.
Welcome back. The Purple Pregame Party is in full effect right now. A live look inside GCU Arena here on the Lopes Pregame Show. We're counting you down to tip-off as the Lopes return home. It was a rough loss at Utah Valley, but tonight hoping to get back in the win column as they square up against UMKC. I'm Kate Longworth, and I'm joined now by Lopes insider Paul Coro. Paul, I know you were with the team for every home game, and you also saw what happened out on the road, and you've been around Dan Marley a lot in his son's career and now, of course, here. What has his demeanor been like the past couple of weeks? Has he been a little tougher on the team with some of these rough losses?
I would think the team would beg to differ that he's any tougher at any moment. I think Dan Marley's always tough. His expectation level for intensity in practice in the games is always high, and I think that consistency is what makes the players respond to him. If he was acting out of sorts because they lost a game, I think that would lose players maybe in a little bit of way.
That's a good point.
So the fact that after a win, he will challenge the way they won the game and what they did short in almost the same way. Sometimes they feel like they had a loss after they come out of the locker room because he's real with them, and that's how he always has been. He's a straight shooter, he's a truth teller, and I think players appreciate that. They know where they stand.
And one thing about Marley we saw in his playing days, and as you talked about his intensity here, we see it on the sideline each and every day, or courtside rather. He is intense, and he wants the best from his players and for his players, and I think he's demanding a lot of leadership from his seniors. Have you seen guys like Braun and Benson, Keontae, are they stepping up to that challenge? Have you seen a true leader out there, a vocal leader as well as a physical here on the court?
You know, I think we all knew Joshua Brown was the leader by example for his career. Keontae Verdon's kind of the emotional leader of this team with the passion he brings, but we saw Coach Marley challenge him after the last home game for whether he brought it like he usually does or not. And that, as a senior, he needs to always have that intensity. And Casey Benson as the guy that has the ball most of the time. So he met with each of those seniors this week individually. It's kind of, we're not quite at the midpoint of the WAC, but it's kind of a time to reset and really expect a lot from those seniors. If they are going to go where they want to go in the WAC, especially the tournament, they need those three key seniors to play well and be leaders, like you said.
And what about the youth on this team? Did you ever think when we did this first Coro's Corner that we'd be talking Labor and just how he's really stepped into a big role that the team can count on it? What have you seen from his maturation in this short time?
I actually really thought Alessandro Labor would always be a big contributor on his team because he was so polished early in the preseason. He had the size that could help him right away that they've never had in recent years. And you combine him and Blumberg's both at 6'10" with different skills, and they've really done it. But what Labor's done is he's kind of rescued the offensive play. When the offense has been struggling with shooting, they've been able to go into him first and establish something inside. And his post work is really phenomenal for a freshman. He's 19 years old, but he has solid footwork, and he can pass out of there, and he has a shooting touch. He can convert free throws, and he's not scared. None of this bothers him. He's been on the Italian national team, played in European championships. He revels in the intensity, and he keeps wanting more. He keeps asking the coaches, what else can I do? What drill can I do? How can I do these things better?
And it's great to see him improving and wanting to do more, and I know Dan Marley really appreciates that. You can catch more of Labor from Paul's most recent article on GCU.com. But also, Paul, I know you follow Nicole Powell's team very closely, and wow, have they been doing great. What have you seen from this team overall, and who is leading the way? Is this just...
Yeah, well, it starts right there with Brie Mobley. She's been absolutely phenomenal. She has been ranking in the top 3 or 4 for points, rebounds, and assists all season. She's even now added a three-point game to her arsenal. She had always been a great mid-range shooter. And then Jessica Juski, last home game, she had 7 threes. And so those two have really carried the scoring load for the team. Kajewski's got more aggressive offensively. And then August Touchard is just a senior stable Libra at point guard. She plays almost every minute of every game. She's rock steady emotionally, and she has like a 3-to-1 assist to turnover ratio on WAC play. So that trio right there is really carrying them from being 2-8 to winning 8 of their last 10 and tied for second in the WAC going into the night.
What a turnaround and what a fun team to watch. We'll actually look in on the women's team and how they're doing tonight. They're in action right now. Thank you so much, Paul, for joining us. We'll hear more from him post-game, but right now we go to a quick break, and when we come back, we'll take a trip around the WAC. Don't worry, you don't have to go anywhere. Sit tight on your couch. We'll be right back.
Hey Phoenix, it's Thunder Dan Marley, head coach at Grand Canyon University. Coming to GCU was a great move for me. Join Antelope Nation by enrolling as an evening student at our beautiful campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors in small classroom settings where you can get the support you need to excel. Scholarships available. See you on campus. Go Lopes.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/evening.
Updated on that score. The only other teams in action tonight in the conference, Chicago State at Cal State Bakersfield. Of course, Chicago State comes here on Saturday, so we'll keep you posted on that score as well. But for now, the main event is all about the Lopes as they take on the Kangaroos of UMKC. Action is next with Barry and Scott. Grab that snack and we'll be right back with Dan Marley's Lopes trying to get the job done tonight at home.
I'm Christian Talon, and I'm earning my bachelor's in information technology at Grand Canyon University. I really wanted to be able to integrate my faith and career, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to go to GCU. One of my favorite ways to do that is by being a part of the life groups on campus. It's a great place to come and study the Bible and have that community experience. Cyber threats are a growing problem for companies and individuals alike. A lot of resources online are under scrutiny of attack. I found it my purpose to try and help businesses and Christian foundations and defend themselves against those attacks. One of the great benefits of going to GCU is that we as students get access to the state-of-the-art IT labs that the university is setting up for us. I really feel like the professors at GCU have invested in me personally. They're always encouraging and providing me with the resources to further my own education and really just grow my interest and passion for technology.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/IT. Grand Canyon University, Arizona's private Christian university, is a top tourism market bustling right in the heart of Phoenix. Join the student team at the GCU.
Live from the heart and soul of Phoenix, welcome to the campus of Grand Canyon University and inside GCU Arena, where tonight the Lopes play host to the Roos from UMKC. Good evening and welcome to GCU Basketball. Alongside three-time NBA champion Scott Williams, I'm Murray Detail. Kate Longworth will be along in just a moment. Well, the Lopes licking their wounds after a tough loss at Utah Valley, a game which they were up 14-2, 10 minutes in.
They got off to a flying start. We're making everything from anywhere they got anything they wanted. They moved the basketball real effectively, and then the wheels just came right off the cart. It's one of those old sayings, you start fast or fade fast. Utah Valley got the momentum back and never let off the gas.
22 of 30, the Wolverines at the free throw line, just 13 attempts for the Lopes, but they dropped to 4-2 in the conference. Alessandro Labor, though, 20-plus point performances the last 4 games.
He is on a roll, a baguette, whatever you want to put that butter on, he is absolutely doing it. The inside, you got great feet. Push moves are fantastic right now. Ability to put the ball 1-2 dribbles, pull up jump shots, anything out in front of the basket, he's knocking down. Hey, they're setting screens for him, and he's knocking them down. He's doing a really good job. Just one of 4 freshmen, averaging 16 points, 55% shooting, and in league play.
Now UMKC comes in. They've lost all 5 starters. They're 1-5 overall, but they've got a sophomore guard in Xavier Bishop we want to watch tonight.
Yeah, Xavier, the X-Man, he can really flat out get it done. He pumped in 23 points when the Lopes faced him the first time. He was 9 of 16 shooting. Also has got the ability to be able to take that ball on defense. He's a gambler. Really likes to get into the passing lanes and try to get out and get some fast break opportunities.
Scored 23 against the Lopes in a losing effort earlier this season. Stay with us now. It's time for the opening tip. Time to send it over to the public address announcer, Paul DeNuser, with our prayer and our national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to GCU Arena and tonight's Western Athletic Conference men's basketball matchup between the Kangaroos of UMKC and your Grand Canyon University Antelopes. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you all please rise. Gentlemen, please remove your caps as we begin this evening's competition with the word of prayer. Tonight's prayer is led by Haley Johnson, a sophomore majoring in exercise science with an emphasis in sports performance and a GCU dancer.
Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we just want to thank you so much for this day that you've given us, that we could come here and watch an awesome basketball game. I pray that you would just let both teams have great sportsmanship and that you would place your hand of protection over all of the athletes here tonight. It's in your precious and holy name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Haley. Fans, please remain standing as we now honor America with the singing of the national anthem. The Star-Spangled Banner will be performed this evening by the Arizona Cantilena Chorale under the direction of Dr. Glenn Bennett.
Whose broad
Arizona Cantilena Corral.
Wow. Great job by the Arizona Cantilena Corral and Haley Johnson with our prayer. UMKC coming in 6-17 overall, 1-5 in the conference. Kareem Richardson in his 5th season as head coach. Here are Kareem's starting 5 tonight. Xavier Bishop, Brandon McKissick, Broderick Robinson, Jordan Giles, and Alir Leak.
Yeah, we're going to pop Robinson. We're going to keep an eye on this 6'1", 195-pound senior guard from Grand Junction. He leads the team a year ago with 38 steals. He's leading the team in rebounds this season, and he's second in scoring.
1-5 in the conference. Richardson, the head coach previous to UMKC, spent 1 year at Louisville under Rick Pitino, national champs in 2012 and 13. He spent a year at Xavier, also spent time at Evansville, Indiana State, Wright State, and Indianapolis. The associate head coach is Grace Thorpe. The assistants are Connor Hampton and Josh Sash. Another great crowd here at GCU Arena. Time to introduce them to Grand Canyon University. Here are Dan Marley's starting 5. Casey Benson, Josh Braun, Oscar Freire, Alessandra Labor, and Keontae Vernon.
Yeah, let's keep an eye on Josh Braun tonight. He needs a bounce-back performance in a big way. Just one field goal attempt at Utah Valley in 24 minutes. Got in some foul trouble, fouled out of that one. Caught him in the hallway before this basketball game. He had a mighty pep in his step. I think he's inching to get back on that floor.
Good to hear. Dan Marley in his 5th season as head coach. The associate head coach is Todd Lee. The assistant coaches are Chris Cremelone and TJ Benson. Director of basketball operations is Luke Della Riva. The special assistant to the head coach, Brendan Sabian. And the graduate assistant is Johnny Hill. Keontae Vernon leading this team in rebounding. 7.5 per game. Josh Braun leading the Lopes in scoring. 13.8 points per game. Thunder getting the honors in the center circle.
Hey, out there dancing. Did you see that guy dancing on the 17th hole at the Waste Management Open?
Was that what he was doing?
Breakdancing.
Time now for your 3 keys.
Yeah, heart attack. You got to play with passion in this game tonight. You absolutely got to leave it all on the line right from the very tip. Slab of beef. I mean, get physical. Put that body on somebody. Get on those boards. Got a 44-26 advantage, a plus 16 in Utah Valley, and it did result in a win. Make sure you get on that offensive glass. Make them pay for it. And Maddie, get your head locked into this game. Get wrapped around the game plan. Play smart. Take care of the ball on offense. Execute the offense. And don't blow defensive assignments and give the Roos any easy opportunities to score that basketball.
So yesterday you were at the Bird's Nest, and tonight you're in the Lopes Lair.
Yes, I'm getting it all done. I got a little golf in yesterday. Saw my quarterback come through on the 16th. Aaron Rodgers. Shoulders looking good. Yep. Went out and saw Flo Rida last night at the Bird's Nest. Put on a great show, and now I'm looking for the Lopes to come deliver and make it a trifecta for me tonight.
Alir Leak loses the opening tip. The fans will remain on their feet until the Lopes hit their first bucket. Sean Lehigh, Wilson Holland, and Ryan Holmes are the officials. Braun, eyed by Robinson, comes back out high. Giles is on him. Labor has to pick it up off the floor. Just at the free throw line, Oscar Freire connects. Everyone can take a seat.
That was pretty good execution after they got the ball back under control. Freire does such a nice job playing off ball,
Easy cut right to the free throw line where he shoots a high percentage.
Bounce pass inside. Giles turns. Travel.
Got down there. Just changed his pivot foot. And officials not giving any inches tonight. They're quick to blow that whistle and recognize that traveling call. Got a couple pro scouts in the house tonight, I understand too, Barry.
Yes, Mavericks. Benson brings it up, crosses center court. Far side, Braun looks inside to Labor. No one owned the low post in their earlier meeting. Braun. Wing looking to make a move, busts inside, stops, kicks it back out to Benson. 6 on the shot clock. Benson pulls back out, look at that clock. Oscar's gonna tee it up from three-point land, in and out. Rebound, picked up by Lee.
They did a really good job shutting Braun down. They tried to get him a flare screen, and they tried to get him a rip screen. He could not get open. Give Robinson a lot of credit defensively on that possession.
Robinson hands it over to McKissick from Ferguson, Missouri. Driving, stopping, stop there.
One of those things that Labor's really elevated his game here the second half of his freshman year. He has become an additional roadblock underneath with Keontae Vernon. If he's not blocking shots, he's putting that big 7-foot frame right in the way of those drivers.
Kissick to his right, now to his left, trying to turn, fade away now, and doesn't hit. Benson picks up the loose ball, brings it up. Driving. Try to put it up, that's stopped by the Roos.
Stone. I don't know who blocked that. There was a couple of the Roos had a chance to swat that.
Long distance, Robinson just inside the arc.
That was a nice play by Robinson after the block. Getting down and trying to score before the Lopes have a chance to really lock in defensively. Pulls up just in front of the free throw line.
Robinson, the Roos leading rebounder, also their leader in steals.
Yeah, he got a little too handsy that time with Josh Braun. I mentioned the play before, how he's really getting after defensively, and then he comes back and gets caught for the holding call. But look at this down here. There is just no way there for CB to go. He gets it swatted away, and then look at this one more time. Drive that player off, create about 5 feet of separation, pull up for the J.
Labor to Benson, slashing in, kicks out, Frayer pulls down, he drives, kicks out, Vernon's gonna move. Up high off the glass and in.
That's what Coach Marley wants to see out of that big body. Vernon, take the ball to the hole. He's only shooting 37% in conference play. Got to get some more easy opportunities.
Step back, not there. Picked up by Labor. Braun, beyond the arc. Comes back out front, beyond Lee. Back to Benson, inside, Labor. Labor guarded there by Lee.
That should be lunch.
Right hand, not there. Doesn't drop for Allen.
Yeah, he shoots 67% conference, and a lot of times posting him up on that left block.
Leak. Long distance for Leak, where he is just 23% from the arc. Foul on Jordan Giles from Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Yeah, credit Casey Benson, the crafty fifth-year senior, realizes now after his third time coming off with that screen, the bigs are showing a hedge and hard. He just went right into the outside area and picks up that foul.
Isaiah Ross checks in for Giles. Labor. Back out, Braun. Long three. Front rim, Frayer tried to pick up the rebound. Snatched away by the Roos. Here they come.
I think Frayer tried to grab that ball and then shoot it all in one motion, whether he'd probably been better served just grabbing it, coming down with it. He didn't have anything, then kick it back out and reset the offense.
Marco Smith, the lead, not there. Labor got a hand on it. Put back by Smith, not going to happen.
Rose seemed real active. He was come up with nothing on that possession, but boy, were they quick to this basketball. Several times here as Leak, and then it was another player getting back on him, and Robinson getting back on it. So they're doing a nice job right now, swarming to that basketball.
Frayer.
Smith actually was down there battling underneath the bit with the big.
Labor down low, Vernon hop, not there. Labor though, quickly.
I didn't see that. They got Labor pushing off, going for that offensive rebound. I didn't see that one because he got the ball with both hands, but officials say he created some space by using his arms underneath. Look at the shooting right now. Both teams struggling. 1 of 7 for the Roos and just 2 of 7 for GCU.
Bishop, 5'8" guard, Springfield, Illinois. Marco Smith trying to move on Braun. Kicks back out. Giles back out. Smith drives. Left hand, underhand, off the glass and in.
They're taking that ball to the rack. They had a couple pull-up jumpers and a missed shot there by Leak from the outside. Poor shot, but most of them on there just going right to the rack. This thing's not enough. 4-4.
Bishop trying to harass Benson. He takes it in himself off the glass.
Casey Benson on left that loves to drive right.
Baseline drive. Bishop kicks it out. Ross, long distance, good.
Oh, that's a nice drive. Another ball below the free throw line. Just puts too much pressure on the GCU defense. Everyone sucks in, leaves open the guy on the perimeter.
Labor trying to move, loses the handle. No whistle. Labor upset. Bishop hands it over to Robinson. Front of the rim, out. Flair. Benson.
Another board. Doing a nice job on that glass. Now that's 2 for him.
Benson, Frayer inside to Vernon. Vernon working Ross, turning, right hand, not there, put back by Labor.
A nice job by Labor. A good job by Vernon as well, because he creates that by getting around his guy, and the help defender had to come over, and that was Labor's man. Leaves him free on the glass with an easy putback.
Marco Smith trying to move on Braun, unsuccessful again, long distance, not there. Rebound on the floor, pushed up to Benson from Frayer. Frayer slow to get up.
I don't know if he banged his knee on the floor. He had unfortunate of bumping into Vernon while he was in there. But look at this one more time. Just that little spin move. Labor's guy comes over to help out. He's been so good at getting on that offensive glass, averaging 7.5 rebounds a game in conference play.
Lopes up by 1. Let's send it over to Kate Longworth.
All right, guys. Well, tonight at the game, it is a Student Worker Night Appreciation Night, and I am joined now by Jackie Smith, who's Director of Career Services, and Trey Stevens, who is a part of this club. So let's get right to it. Tell me a little bit about what Student Workers encompasses here at GCU.
We have over 2,400 student workers on campus working in 90 departments. So this week is Student Worker Appreciation Week, so we've had events all week. Tonight has been the big night. They're here. At the end of the game, we're going to raffle off 5 iPhone X's, so we're just very excited. They are very excited to be here.
Well, Trey, we're wishing you luck in that raffle, but first, you're a freshman here. Tell me what you're studying and what you do for your student work here on campus.
So I'm studying entrepreneurial studies, and I get to work at the Career Impact Center.
And how do you feel that this is prepping you for real life?
It's definitely prepping me for real life. I get to work with some of the best people on GCU's campus, I think, and they're definitely preparing me to be a great leader and a worker in my future career.
And so often, kids will get out of college and then not really know what the next step is. How do they get that first job? So how do you think your GCU students and alumni kind of are separated from other universities due to their preparation here as student workers?
Well, we not only academically prepare our students, but we spiritually, socially, and professionally prepare them. And I think because we're a Christian university, they want to give back, they love to serve others, and they really have a strong moral compass. And every time we have companies on campus, they just say there's something different and special about our students, and they want to hire them.
And I think, Trey, you're probably noticing just a freshman, but getting a lot of work experience here, so we wish you the best of luck in, quote, the real world. And guys, both Barry and Scott, I know you and I have had lunch at some of the establishments here at GCU campus. We've seen some of the student workers in action, and it is an amazing experience to get at this level, that real-life exposure.
No doubt about it. Of course, the golf course, hospitality management program, students working at the GCU hotel, restaurants. Oh, long distance put up by Isaiah Ross, the sophomore guard from Davenport, Iowa.
Coach Marley throws up his hands and just disbelief that coming out of that timeout, they turn the ball over and then they give up the 3 in transition.
By the way, Coach Stevens, phenomenal job. Freshman, man, well spoken. Braun, near side in the corner. Foul committed.
Yeah, they had Braun did the rights down there in front of their bench. Someone got a little too aggressive with the body, bumped it out of bounds, and really bailed out the Lopes on that possession. So back-to-back possessions, the Lopes have not been able to get anything going. See how they do with this sideline and out of bounds play with 20 seconds to operate.
Leak back in for Giles. Martin Milstead in the game, goes left side. Braun looking for 3. Way off the mark.
Yeah, Braun is determined to get some shots up tonight. And the 2 that he's taken, that one seemed rushed. The other one was contested. After just a miserable game on the road, he's got to settle down and play within what works best for him. And this is a guy that leads the Lopes' all-time career from behind the arc, but you can't punt shots. You got to let them flow to you.
0 for 3 as you saw from the arc of the Lopes early on. 13-27 and counting. Handoff to Robinson, Broderick Robinson. Grand Junction, Colorado, stopping and popping up over Jared Martin.
Yeah, Grand Junction's finest right there. He does a nice job getting the defender to slide backwards, creating that distance for a clean look at the basket.
Smith harassing Milstead. Milstead kicks it back out. Laver's going to try for 3. That's an 0-fer. The last 2 threes haven't even hit the rim.
Yeah, and that one got up and got challenged. Laver's saying, hey, I got hit on the wrist. I don't shoot air balls from out here behind the arc, but officials aren't going to call the ticky-tack foul. Got to get in the side there and earn it inside down low, big fella.
Brandon McKissick. Laver takes a seat. Roberts, Blumberg's in, as well as Matt Jackson. Near side, Brandon McKissick. Goes right in the corner. Coming back out, Smith kicks it out. McKissick looking for 3.
I look good the whole way online. Nice penetration. They're being the aggressive team with the penetration and the pitches and finding guys open behind the arc. Look at that defensive pressure out of Blumberg up high.
Made a run for the Roos. Foul committed on McKissick.
About the only thing that they're doing wrong is now that's their 5th team foul, and just 2 more Loops will be at the line. They're already having a tough time struggling, breaking these fouls and giving them opportunities from the free throw line. The Loops, pretty good free throw shooting team. You don't want to let them score easily from the line if you're the Roos. And now this is where the Lopes got to be better. 20 seconds on the clock, plenty of time to operate your offense.
Fifi Adu going over to the scores table. Blumbergs can't put it home. Jackson's there for the rebound. That doesn't go. Good grief.
Yeah, point-blank range by Blumberg's what he normally makes over a smaller defender. Then Matt Jackson seemed like he had the weak side rebound all to himself right now. Lopes just snake bit.
Robinson gets a sea of white. Milstead brings it up with speed. Right-handed in for Damari Milstead.
Oh my goodness, that true freshman pushing that rock right down the middle of the flame, coast to coast for the lay-in. That was impressive.
Lopes needed a bucket. They're down by 5.
Just dribbling that thing the way James Freely used to dribble on the break.
Yes. Way over the head of Leak, and Leak is 6'9". Timeout on the floor, 11:40 on the clock. The lead is 5 for UMKC. We're going to step aside and be back with more from Phoenix, Arizona and GCU Arena here on Your View.
Finding the right college isn't always simple. The choices I make today affect where I'll be tomorrow. That's why I chose Grand Canyon University. Here I'm working toward a greater purpose and a place that feels like home. With scholarships to help me earn my degree, I can graduate in less than 4 years. By attending GCU, Arizona's premier private Christian university, I know I'm not just making the right choice, I'm making the smart choice.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu. GCU offers more than 200 innovative programs across 9 colleges, which now include cutting-edge next-generation programs in engineering, computer science, and information technology. Grand Canyon University, the quality of a private Christian education, the affordability of a state university. Visit gcu.edu.
Welcome back. We have a 5-point game right now with just under 12 to go here at the House of the Havocs as the Lopes trying to climb back against the Kangaroos. And before each and every game here at GCU Arena, the Havocs, well, they do their homework. On each seat, you'll find this sheet of facts to help them cheer along the Lopes and also cheer against their opponents. So tonight, a lot of facts about kangaroos, guys. Some interesting things. There are 4 species of kangaroos. They cannot walk backwards. A group of kangaroos is called a mob or a troop or even a court. Kangaroos live to be about 5 to 18 years old. And now I like this one. Female kangaroos, well, they can determine the sex of their offspring, but they're only pregnant for 1 month. Sounds a lot easier than human pregnancies. There are more kangaroos than people in Australia. We'll have to ask Jared if that is true. And UMKC's mascot is based off Walt Disney's Casey the kangaroo. These are all courtesy of the Havocs.
They do their homework. Jackson, oh, with the lefty hook. Lumberg, back out. Milstead, fresh 30 on the shot clock. Fifi, he was looking at the bucket. Back out, Milstead. We'll get back to your thought. I know you got to follow up on the kangaroos.
Yeah, I'm going to get back to those fun facts on those kangaroos. I want to challenge one of those.
The whole gender thing, that's interesting. Jackson!
Nice job by Matt Jackson. A couple times now on the offensive glass. And then the mid-range jump shot. I love the fact the guy will shoot a high, wide open 16-foot jumper on the wing.
Speaking of Australia and kangaroos, how about that? Stepped on the line, out of bounds.
Yeah, got a couple Australians out there. You got Jackson and Jared Martin out there also from the land down under. But why can't a kangaroo walk backwards? That one I can't figure out. Can they not walk backwards, or they choose not to walk backwards?
Maybe they just choose not to.
That's what I'm saying.
Always
There's a difference
forward,
between not going backwards,
right,
and not being able to go backwards.
Maybe they don't know. Maybe they just can't do it.
Maybe they just don't want to.
Maybe they don't want to. You're right. Leak with the rebound.
Do what they want.
I just don't know how they select their gender. Leak. To his right. Trying to make him move.
That was a nice little head and shoulder fake. Hit him with a 2-piece move, but just couldn't finish the play.
Milstead getting some extended minutes. A couple of quick turnovers at Utah Valley, limited his minutes against the Wolverines. Jackson. Milstead, 6 on the shot clock. Floater not there. Martin was there, but looks like he's going to be fouled by Bishop.
Yeah, they may give him 2 shots on it. That might be considered a controlled tip, and it is. So, nice job by this second group coming and getting on that offensive glass. And I love the pressing of Milstead, taking it down low, and Jared Martin just beating his guy, outworking his defender, getting inside position, getting on that glass.
Second on Bishop. Jared trying to get that free throw percentage back up to respectability. Yet another Aussie. Martin gets it, puts it back. How about that?
That's why I like that kid. He could have hung his head after he missed the free throw, but he stays right in it, mentally gets an opportunity to get back inside. Scores one the hard way underneath. Things dotted back up at 15.
Yeah, 7-0 run over the last 2:44 for GCU. The drought now for UMKC reaches 3 minutes. 9:47 on the clock, and we want to just remind you to be sure to participate and attend the 8th annual Run to Fight Children's Cancer here at GCU on March 10th, starting at 7 a.m. All proceeds are donated directly to the Phoenix Children's Hospital and the Children's Cancer Network. There'll be a 10K, a 5K, and a Cancer Survivors Run Walk. For more information, just log on to run2fightcancer.com. Look at Jared Martin hustle with some help from Blumberg.
I like this right here. I mean, Blumberg gets the tip out. Martin just goes over and snatches it, lays it in the basket. Now we got to get a stop defensively here. Uh-oh.
Kissing. Wow.
Uh-oh. Too much speed turning that corner. You don't get out high on those screens and you don't get that guard going back towards the half-court line. That's going to be trouble on the big because he got a head of steam going at the slower feet to win that matchup every time.
Let's have a 9-0 margin and second chance points inside to Jackson, and that's a reach in by Leak. Ooh. This has said something to the official. He snapped around pretty quick.
Yeah, that's where the Roos have been having some problems. Now, they're a smaller team, use their speed on that last play offensively to get to the rack. 10-6 disadvantage for the Roos points in the paints, but on defense, they're having to commit so many more fouls from holding and grappling and not allowing easy buckets that they're already in the penalty situation.
Phillips with 6 offensive rebounds, 14 total. Jackson looking to knot it up at 17. Kissick. Milstead eyeing him. Leak's going to come out, try to offer some help. Jackson comes out. Leaks waits patiently. Fifi Adu doesn't go home for Leak, but Fifi Adu is going to be called.
Right, give McKissick a partial assist on that one because he was using his speed. Got the double team came and he had good court awareness and vision to be able to find Leak underneath that with a nice pass. And I would say Adu got lucky because he did not commit a very aggressive foul. Sometimes you just have to foul. You got a big disadvantage. You got a guy nearly 7 feet tall, right up around the basket. Go ahead and foul him and make him earn it from the line. That's very unfortunate it wasn't a 3-point opportunity.
Labor, Vernon, Frayer, check in. Lake back in. Rings out. Martin brings it up. Here is what Coach Marley talked about in the pregame. Martin handling that ball, bringing it up. Labor. Ooh, trying to get it in, and off of the leg of Leak. When it goes out of bounds, inbound with 16 on the shot clock for the Lopes.
Yeah, a little big basketball right there. One big trying to feed another big, and Labor had Vernon did a really nice job sealing underneath, and if it wasn't for the kick, they would have been easy too.
Ooh, kicked out by Martin.
That's not execution. Coach Marley once again throwing those hands in the air. It's a simple little dribble handoff exchange, and the guy tried to hand it off to his buddy, but he did it off of his shin.
Definitely need to clean things up.
Yeah, I would expect a little better execution with the time that they've had in the lab all week on that practice facility. They would have executed a little bit better offensively. 17 points with 8:33 to play against this team that has really struggled in conference, far below the pace that they want to be at. They would like to have this game in 35 to 40-point half for sure, and they're sputtering offensively.
Robert Canar in the game for UMKC. He is on Martin now. Kareem Richardson working a shorter bench. Martin. Fifi Adu. Eyed by McKissick. Labor looking inside. Nobody there. Vernon threads the needle. Sweet feed by Martin.
Well, that's a nice job by Vernon, continuing to work from side to side underneath, and a good position of the delivery of the basketball. Only Vernon could get it and go straight up with it.
Lopes up by 1. Just under 8 to go, opening half. Near side. Robinson trying to move on Frayer. Frayer called. Timeout on the floor, 19-18. As UMKC 3 of 7 from the arc tonight, and this is a team that's very good defending the three.
Yeah, number one in the country, doing a really nice job. Limiting opportunities for three-point shots. They only give up 4.3 threes a game, but UMKC is doing a nice job because they're getting that ball in that painted area, sucking those defenders back to the basket, and they're getting them in transition off the break before the Lopes have a chance to set their defense. So talk about them only giving up 4 threes a game. Well, they've already got 3 here in this first half.
Meanwhile, the Lopes 0 for 5 from the arc. Let's send it over to Kate Longworth.
Well, guys, since being beat on the boards in a big way against New Mexico State here at GCU Arena to tip off WAC play, the Lopes have rebounded in a major way. Since that game against the Aggies, GCU has been a plus 71 rebounding team. The Lopes truly crashing the boards the last 5 games after Dan Marley came up down pretty hard on them after that showing against New Mexico State. They did lose Saturday night at Utah Valley, but they did out-rebound their competition in that game. And GCU has 3 players, Keontae, Oscar Frayer, and Labers, in the top 11 for all WAC players when it comes to crashing the boards. Meanwhile, New Mexico State leads the way in the conference. They're averaging just over 41 rebounds per game, but right behind them, Grand Canyon with 40.5 rebounds, averaging 40.5 rebounds per game. That's a +6 margin. Right now in the game, they are out rebounding their competition as well.
Yeah, I love when the Lopes get on that glass. It reminds me of when I used to play and try to battle on the boards, man. I love those big guys get on that glass. We used to call it chew glass, baby, chew glass. And the more you go, the more you get. Meaning if you go to that offensive board 4 times, you should get 1 of those 4.
15-10 the margin tonight. Oh, another 3. Robinson.
Yeah, twice now. we have to roll that little 3 package on bragging about how great they are defensively for saving the 3-point line.
Put back there after a sweet move by Fifi Adu.
That's twice though now. You know, the Lopes have given up 3s after timeouts. 1 in transition off of a turnover, and that one there just good execution. Can we give credit where credit is due?
Far side, Robinson, kick back over. Kiss it, near side. Step back. Short by Isaiah Ross.
How about that job of Vernon right there? Smaller player, slid his feet, absorbed that contact, didn't commit the foul, didn't panic, made him make a tough shot.
Fifi wanted 3. Laver tried to grab the rebound, unsuccessful. Bringing it up is McKissick. Looks to his right. Ross peels back out. McKissick over to Marco Smith. Looks back at Kareem Richardson. Looking to cross over, runs into Keontae Vernon.
Yeah,
Vernon not set.
Not quite set. He saw it just a little too late. Thought maybe that Lavers was going to send him a little wider if he could get that direct line to the basket. Tough for the help side defense to get over in time. Are they going to call that a shooting foul or no? I don't know. I thought maybe it was on the floor. Well, they're going to say he did collect the ball, gather to get into the shooting form. Coach Richardson eyeballing that into the court, making sure his player got the 2 free throws he deserves.
Marcus Smith banged up a little bit. Official gave him a little extra time there to get ready. 62% free throw shooter coming in. Marco Smith hits the front end. Casey Benson in for Fifi Adu.
Yeah, Smith is really, like you said, banged up, walking gingerly just after that free throw line. I think they're going to sub him out after this shot if it's made.
Giles came in for Alair Leak. Frayer to Benson. Smith still trying to fight it off. Trying to guard Benson. Bounce pass. Laver back. Trying to back in on Giles. Back out Benson quickly. Martin Frayer's in the corner for 3. Little flat. Brings out. Here comes McKissick. Oh, sweet move by Frayer coming back. Knocked it out.
That was a great poke away. Guy's doing a defense, and he's got 5 boards now, and give him credit for that steal.
Benson. Giles on him. Inside to Laver. Foul on UMKC.
Yeah, Laver's up to the line and shoot 2 free throws. He wanted the and one, but clearly his shot attempt was after the whistle.
Bishop coming in for Smith. You can see how he's labored as he gets off the court. They don't have a lot of depth here in Phoenix. They got 4 on the bench.
And Martin's going to the bench, bringing JB back in here. The Mayor's going to try to come back in here, but who would have thought, under 6 minutes to go, that the Roos would be up 22-21.
8 minutes in this opening half for Josh Braun back on the court looking for his first bucket. Lead is 1 now for GCU. Under 6 minutes to go opening half.
Let's see, slow start, but Lopes have had a habit of finishing the half with runs and gaining the momentum going into the locker room here on their home floor.
Giles pulls down, driving.
Foul out front. Lavers went to a slow pump fake. Remind me of the old one that Chris Gatlin in the NBA used to use for all you hoop heads. Remember old Chris Gatlin? He did that slow left-handed pump fake. The guy flying out at him and then take it to the basket.
Blumberg's got to come in for Laver.
Coach Marley coaching him up there.
Squaring up those hips. McKissick. Pull down. Ross back out. Robinson takes it. Yikes.
I don't know where the Hillside defense was on that one. I mean, Josh Braun could probably do a better job on the play, but you got to get some help from your pals out there. Everyone sucked home and no one came back inside, and they gave up an easy one inside.
Braun trying to thread the needle. Loose ball underneath. Frayer puts it up. McKissick brings it up for the Roos. Back out. Ross over to Robinson. He's looking to add to his point total. That's off the front of the rim. McKissick was aggressive.
Yeah,
Benson's going to be called.
Casey Benson, no block out. Yeah, he used to track those things in college back when I played and just get caught ball watching. Shot goes up. Casey Benson, he just looks at his guy and then looks at the ball and realizes his guy's going right to the boards. Well, just the 16 foul, so baseline out of bounds once again for the Roos.
Kissick looking at Coach Richardson. Now they move. Giles comes out, takes it from McKissick. Giles will hand it over to Bishop. Bishop trying to move on Benson. Back to Giles. Kicks back out, travel.
Yeah, that was easy travel that time. Got down there and changed the pivot feet. Wasn't the best execution the Roos have had tonight.
Lake's going to come in for Giles. Benson eyed by Bishop. Moves to his right, sees a little bit of a seam, twists and turn. Oh, it goes in.
Yeah, they like setting him up on the left side of the floor so he can drive with his strong right hand. Got all the way to the basket. Good execution that time by the Lopes.
Kissick loses the handle. Lumberts comes out on him. Lake trying to offer some support. McKissick over to Bishop. Bishop behind Ross, but keeps it. Now he pushes it back. Ross stops, pops, got a hand on that. Loose ball. Braun's going to pick it up after the tip from Benson. 4 minutes to go, opening half. Back to Benson. KC. Down low, alone. Keontae Vernon. Off the glass and in.
Wonderful job that time. Good feed into the block, and then Vernon took his time. He wasn't so quick to try to make a quick move. He decided, let me gather with a little power dribble and go up strong to the basket.
Xavier Bishop, the Roos leading scorer, bringing it up. Isaiah Ross, bounce pass. McKissick. Robinson. Behind Bishop. Now he's going to try to move right. Frayer puts him into that. 3-2. They're going to have to heave this one up way downtown. Oh, it almost went in.
Seemed like it stayed down in that middle of that cylinder for over a second before spitting it back out. Lopes did a good job defensively.
Blumberg's bounce pass. Gonna get Leak.
Yeah, you got Vernon down there posted up. He's gonna shoot a couple free throws when we come back.
Exactly 3 minutes on the clock. Opening half, the Lopes lead is 3 over UMKC. Leave it right here.
Earning your RN to BSN degree online doesn't have to be without the college experience. Finding your purpose takes support from those around you. GCU's leadership offers over 3 decades of experience delivering our accredited RN to BSN program 100% online. Graduate in as few as 16 months, learning from full-time practicing nurse faculty in small classes. Integrate your education with your faith and Christian worldview.
Find your purpose online at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
No surprise here, the Aggies are the leader of the WAC, riding a perfect 6-0 record in conference play, 18-3 overall. They are currently on a 7-game winning streak. The Lopes looking for a little revenge, hoping to end any streaking when they head to New Mexico State later in the season. And the Lopes did drop their last game to Utah Valley. They sit in the second spot with a 5-1 conference record, and Grand Canyon tied in that third spot with Seattle University, both sporting a 4-2 record, 15-7 overall for Grand Canyon, 15-8 for Seattle U. As we know, the Lopes dropped their last game at Utah Valley, but Scott, we were talking before this game, as they go up against the likes of Kansas City, you see them tied for 6th right now, and Chicago State at the bottom of these standings. These 2 games kind of a must-win situation when you talk about seeding for the tournament come March.
Vernon hits the front end. That's really what it's all about. New Mexico State is playing really well. First-year head coach Chris Jans doing a good job.
I got it rolling. 8 straight wins.
Both strong in the paint against UMKC tonight, 18-8. Outscoring them in the paint.
Oh, they got the freshman. They got the freshman over the back on the free throw line, and that's going to send Kansas City to the line the other way.
Yikes. Leak goes back to the free throw line. 1 of 2 tonight.
I didn't want to give the commentators jinx. I was holding back what I was going to say. He's got a nice stroke from the line. He shoots 75% from the free throw line. I was afraid if I would have said it before the free throw, he was going to throw off a whole scud missile. But for a big guy, he's got a nice little stroke.
Yeah, he does. Some guys make it look like it's the easiest thing in the world.
It's practice. I thought I practiced my free throws a lot when I was a young player, but I shot horrible my first couple of years in collegiate basketball. In fact, even my first couple of years in the pros, I wasn't a 70% shooter.
Blumberg's wants 3. Good!
That's so nice.
Just
that real nice. Pick and pop. I might have gave up 2 on one end, but I'm going to come back and get you 3 on the other one.
Yeah. Bishop to his right. And the game is dulling. Bishop. Long distance. That one's in and out too. That's 2 in a row for Bishop.
Well, the Roos have had some tough breaks down there on that rim.
Inside and fouled was Oscar Freire.
I thought that was going to be one of those plays where Vernon dishes it to Freire and he gets one of those YouTube type slams over the top of the defender. Push it down low, everybody collapses looking at the ball, and here comes Freire right down the left side of that lane.
Freire, another one that has to start inching that free throw percentage up. There's 49% coming in.
Yeah, surprisingly. He's been doing it, on the glass, and I got 8 rebounds, but all the Lopes struggling offensively now. He just picks up his 3rd point to go along with those 8 boards, but Benson's got 4 points, and Braun's got a goose egg on the board. And Vernon, he's been doing a good job. He's got himself 9 points in this first half alone.
8-2 run for the Lopes. UMKC, a drought for 3 minutes 17 and counting. Ross checks back in for Lee. Robinson, eyed by Freire, moving to his left. Stops, looks back out, bounce past McKissick. 10 on the shot clock. McKissick driving right hand, that's swatted away by Braun and Freire. That's it. Braun, stopping, bounce pass, Blumberg. Back out, Freire. Pulls down, didn't have time for the 3.
Not real great execution that time after getting that ball in transition. Couldn't get it to the bucket.
Needed a better pass out. Benson takes it, hooping hard.
Well, he loved it. He let out one of those warrior-type screens after taking a blow. It looked like he got hit in the face and still kept his eyes on that rim. Going hard to the right. He likes that left to right action we talked about earlier. And then look at that. He takes a forearm right across the nose/forehead. He stayed with it with the right paw and knocked it in. I always say that's always easier. When you're getting hit down and around the basket as you're trying to shoot the ball, use that glass. Glass is your friend in those situations. Be able to take that blow and put it softly off the glass. I've seen a couple of these half-court, cross-court passes for the Roos. Sell way out of bounds over here to the student section. Yeah.
Pastor Tim's got to be on his toes over there. 1:22 to go.
There's just 7 turnovers in the half. Not that that's a number they want, but they've been spectacular type turnovers. Well, Luke, I said they wanted to get to that 35, 40-point plateau. They still have a chance.
Benson wants more.
Look at that. That was a nice cold-blooded 3. It's amazing what a guy can do after taking the ball to the paint and getting to the free throw line, how easy the next shot seems to fall.
10-0 run, 4.5 minutes. UMKC hasn't scored. Inside, down low, trying to move. McKissick takes it in a sweet move off the glass.
Good vision by Leak underneath.
Lead is 10. Benson looking for some help. Blumberg's back out. He pulls down. Back to Benson. 13 on the shot clock. Leads for Freire. Oscar for 3. Ooh, not there. Foul on UMKC.
It's either going to be Braun or Vernon working that glass underneath.
That's a 3. Attempting a 3. Leak picks up his 3rd as well. Yeah, Vernon's going to be called, or Vernon will go to the line rather.
Yeah, Vernon was working that offensive glass. He was down there trying to get on that offensive glass. He's done a nice job moving without the basketball, and they held him. He's got to knock these free throws down. We talked about it.
What was that about the announcer?
Well, I said he's got to knock him down. I didn't say he's going to knock him down. It's the worst one.
Critical.
I don't want to say it's critical on 10 in the first half. But for his own psyche, for his own just, confidence, he's got to learn to go to these free throw lines, especially when you know you've got 2 of them coming. Go ahead and knock him down. There you go. A lot of air under that ball that time. A little more than he normally does.
Gunnar in for Leak.
We got 21 seconds left, and Lopes going showing some full court pressure here.
Milstead in the game.
Bernard. Now the Lobes start to back off. Bishop, eyed by Milstead. Bishop moves to his left. He's going to hand it off to Robinson. Robinson's looking to his right. Now he peels back to his left. Bishop takes it back. Milstead doing a good job. Ooh, a little crossover there. Opened him up. Got a hand on it. Did Morton. Heaves it up. Not good, but a good defensive stop by the Lobes. They lead it by 11. They went on a 16-4 run to close out the opening half.
They needed that. They got the momentum back, going to the locker room, feel a little bit better at halftime, and hopefully that run will translate to a fast start coming back to start the second half.
Let's send it over to Kate.
All right, well, Dan, I know you've been hammering on your seniors to step up and show that fiery spirit. How key is it to see both Casey and Keontae doing just that in this first half?
Well, time. Keontae just got to use his strength. 2 times, many times he falls away. It's too powerful to stop. And Casey just got to look at the basket. I mean, so, facilitate. Well, you got to shoot sometimes, so he did a good job. We did a better job on defense. Got to keep rebounding the basketball. Still not shooting it great, but those guys stepped up.
And you touch on rebounding. I know you are always going by the motto to crash the boards. Are you pleased with how the team is out-rebounding the competition tonight and you guys are getting the points?
Well, they're better. I mean, they get out-rebounded by almost 18 rebounds a game, and we out-rebounded by 17 last, 25, I think, last game. So we had 17 offensive rebounds. So if they go small, we got to punish them on the boards.
All right, thank you very much. As you hear, I guess how we normally, I'm laughing because right now Dan Marley having a little fun with our crew over here, but normally Dan Marley always expecting perfection, a little bit of humor in that one, so perhaps pleased with his team effort so far.
Hopefully, they're up by 11, 39-28. The Lopes over UMKC. Leave it right here. Kate will be back with more of our halftime festivities from GCU Arena in Phoenix after this.
Founded on the belief that the entrepreneurial dream is an engine that drives innovation forward in a global marketplace, the Colangelo College of Business educates and develops values-driven business leaders. Our graduates exemplify the principles of servant leadership and entrepreneurship. GCU's strong Christian identity informs the education you receive, integrating our Christian values with the business curriculum. The college features more than 25 programs from the bachelor through the master's level, catering to traditional, evening, and online students. These programs serve a diverse set of aspiring business professionals who not only learn in the classroom, but gain real-world experience operating actual businesses. Our students also receive unique access to Jerry Colangelo's legendary experience, leadership, and connections throughout the business world. Find out more at gcu.edu/business.
Hey Phoenix, it's Thunder Dan Marley, head coach at Grand Canyon University. Coming to GCU was a great move for me. Join Antelope Nation by enrolling as an evening student at our beautiful campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors in small classroom settings where you can get the support you need to excel. Scholarships available. See you on campus. Go Lopes.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/evening.
Welcome back. Thundering Herd entertaining the crowd right now inside GCU Arena as the team has taken care of things in the first half. GCU on top right now of the Kangaroos of UMKC, 39-28 the score right now. Plenty more basketball coming your way. I'm Kate Longworth here with the Lopes halftime show, but just around the corner, who would have thunk it? We are talking baseball. I'm joined now by the men's baseball coach, Andy Stankiewicz. It's always great to meet with you here to talk about the season ahead because there's always a lot to talk about. You guys continue to fire on all cylinders. And let's start first with the alumni game coming up on February 10th. How anxious are you and your team to just get out there and have an opponent in a different uniform to go up against?
Yeah, it's always all fall. You've been playing inter squads and early in spring inter squads. So it'll be nice. The alumni game will be kind of our first day. We actually play somebody different. And actually, the next Friday we open up against TCU. So it's exciting time right now. We're getting close, and the guys can feel it. We can all feel it. We still got some nice work to do between now and then, but so far so good. I like the way we've been progressing.
And you mentioned opening night. That is February 16th. We'll be televising the game right here on Your View against TCU. And then also some impressive opponents you guys will be going up against. As we take a look right now at the schedule, what teams pop up at?
Well, we've got to go after TCU. We go to the Tony Gwynn Classic, and we got Cal Poly, St. Louis, University of San Diego, and San Diego State. Then at the end of preseason before conference, we go to Cal State Fullerton, which is always, you know, a top 10 program in the country. So I think it's good. I think the guys are ready for that challenge. You know, it's 4 years now we've been Division I, and I think it's good that we start to challenge ourselves a bit. And we've always kind of tried to be really aggressive in scheduling, and I think it helps us in recruiting. And I think if we've got the right guys here, they want to play the big boys. So we know it's there's a lot we got to get done, and there'll be great opponents, but we feel like we'll be ready.
And speaking of recruiting, I'm guessing Brazzell Stadium at GCU Ballpark also is a good thing to have in your back pocket. Take me through the new look stadium, state of the art.
Stadium's gorgeous. If you haven't had a chance to see it, opening night it'll be a packed house, and you know, just the chairbacks, purple chairbacks all the way throughout. Be a nice little deck out there in a big green area for our fans, students to come and just sit and watch the game. Beautiful batting cages for us for development. You know, that's always a plus. But I don't think that there's a bad seat in the ballpark. There really isn't. I've been up there. I go up there every day and just get so excited about the fan base that we're going to have, and just knowing that our friends and families and our fans are going to have a great baseball environment to watch a game.
And what's it like from a manager's standpoint when you get to return your entire infield and build off of that core for yet another season?
It's nice to have, for sure. We do. We feel like we've got an older group, one of the oldest groups we've had. We only lost one senior last year, AJ Franks, but we got a nice core group back. We got our weekend starters, all three of those guys back, and so you know, we got to stay healthy. You know, we got to keep progressing and keep working hard. And we certainly feel like if we hope to play our best baseball towards the end when we're hopefully trying to get into a NCAA tournament. So it's a long road in front of us, but we're certainly very excited to get it going.
And real quick, what's it mean to you and your team in this program that now you are NCAA tournament eligible?
Well, I'm excited for our guys. You know, all these guys have been here for 3 years, and they knew coming in that there would be no postseason, and they knew that this could possibly be their only shot. So as a coach, you know, you so badly want them to experience that, but you got to play well to do it, and they know that. And so I'm just excited for the program. I'm excited for you know, the university. You know, we're hoping that basketball obviously gets to the postseason, and you see what other sports have been doing. We just want to be a part of it.
All right, well, we are excited for that home opener. We'll see you in a couple weeks out at the new state-of-the-art stadium. And with spring training being here in the desert, well, you can expect a lot of famous people, former players of Andy's back in the Diamondbacks uniform. Everyone will be showing up for that game. We will too. We'll bring it to you on February 16th here on Your View. But when we come back, we've got more looks. Basketball coming your way. Barry and Scott join us with highlights, stats, and much, much more.
I decided to go to college to further my education and define my purpose in the world and be a part of something much bigger than myself.
I wanted to set up the best possible future for myself, both academically and athletically. I try to learn from everyone, whether that be professors, my teammates, or other student athletes.
I try to see everyone as an opportunity to learn. Everyone has a story to tell, and I think there's a moral and something you can learn from it.
I'm Dominique. I'm a student here at Grand Canyon University studying hospitality management. My hospitality courses here are giving me a high-quality education from professors that I know have been successful. Being able to work while I'm in school has enriched my college experience. I feel like I know where I'm going and what I want to do. I've gone through things I can't necessarily be taught, and so that paired with everything that GCU is doing for me, I feel like, you know, is setting me up for success. To have someone say, like, I want you, that's like a lot for someone like me. They're changing people's lives. By changing my life, now you change my little brothers and sisters because they saw that I went to college. It'll just be, my greatest accomplishment, not just because it's a diploma, but because, I did what no one really thought I could do. When they say find your purpose, they mean it.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Back live at GCU Arena with the Lopes up by 11, 39-28 over the Roos from UMKC. Barry Butel, Scott Williams, and our crew here in Phoenix. It started a little sluggish, but the Lopes went on a run here to close it out, a 16-4 run to close out the opening half.
Yeah, they were really bad offensively early on at about the halfway point, just 7 of 20 from the field, and then they picked it up, and like you said, they got on that run, got going, and went 7 for 13 the rest of the half.
A little chilly from the arc, and Josh Braun doesn't have a point in the opening half, so the second half he's going to have to respond.
You wonder if it's mental now,
yeah.
If it's not just something physically going on with him, there's something in his head that he's not able to find the bucket.
Let's take a look at our opening half highlights, beginning with great defense from UMKC. It's Jordan Giles puts up an early block.
Yeah, you shall not pass. Get the swat right there, and so often a good defensive play leads to a good offense on the other. Little step back, Jay from Robinson knocks that one down, got the Roos up and going. But I love the way Vincent comes right back. He's been hard to the hole tonight, taking that thing to the basket. He's leading all scores with 10 points, along with Vernon with 10, and that one with Ross there. He had 2 of their 4 3-pointers from behind that arc, and good swat underneath. And Milstead, the young freshman off the bench, goes coast to coast. There's 12 bench points in that first half for the Lopes, and then doesn't hang his head, stays with the play. The Aussie from down under, he goes right back underneath and gets that bucket down low. That was a nice big play there, gave the Lopes some momentum, and then coming out of the timeout, a second 3-point shot from behind the arc, and then Casey Vincent. Coach Marley said it best. He's been putting a lot of pressure on the team defensively by taking that ball hard to the basket, and I love the way Burnham played in that first half. Played with power and control. He's got 10 points in the game, and then Casey Vincent, after getting the 3-point play the old-fashioned way, steps out behind the arc and knocks down the 3. Just 2 of 10, though, from behind the arc for the Lopes.
4 of 11 for the Roos. Free throws 9 of 13. Rebounding margin is heavily in favor of the Lopes, 26-15. Look at the second chance points, 9-0. And points in the paint, they more than doubled them up, 20-10.
That's what I like. I like those points in the paint. I like when those guys get inside, whether it be guards or bigs, working down low.
All right, Kate will be back with more as we continue with halftime. Just moments away from our second half. Leave it right here on Your View.
The Grand Canyon University Championship Golf Course features over 7,200 yards of tees and tree-lined fairways, signature par 3s, greenside bunkers, and a 22,000 square foot clubhouse. The Lope House Restaurant, serving modern American cuisine, is open to the public 7 days a week. Come experience the best golf and dining destination in the heart of Phoenix. Book your tee times at gcugolf.com.
My name is Anthony Perez, and I earned my master's in education at Grand Canyon University. I feel that the degree program at GCU definitely got me ready and prepared to reach both short and long-term goals. It's definitely prepared me to lead my classroom and also be a teacher leader to find innovative ways of solving the problems in education in the state of Arizona. I'm definitely committed to student success, and so I'm very passionate about working with students. What I absolutely love is when they get that spark in their eye and they understand a concept. When I have those moments is making it all worthwhile in everything that I'm doing. Grand Canyon University definitely has a vibrant campus that has many resources that are accessible. I feel that GCU has prepared me to be an agent of change so that way I can support and advocate on behalf of children in the state of Arizona.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Welcome back at the halftime right here. Grand Canyon leading the way 39-28 over the Kangaroos of Kansas City. Now taking a look at who was leading the way for UMKC in that first half. Robinson with 9 points to his name. But the guy you're not seeing on that, which is the big surprise, Xavier Bishop. He came into this game averaging just over 12 points per game, but the Lopes have kept him really out of the paint and off the boards. He has 0 points, 0 rebounds, 0 assists. Pretty impressive. Not so impressive when you see the mayor, Josh Braun, also with a 0 next to his name when it comes to points. But the two seniors stepping up in a big way, both Keontae and Casey answering the call. Coach Marley said he wanted to see them step it up. They both have 10 and 9 points to their name respectively. And when I talked to Coach Marley about that at halftime, his response pretty simple. With a sly smile, he said, "It's about time." And I'm guessing the guys are feeling the same way.
No doubt. Casey Benson with 10 points in the game, 12 minutes on the hardwood, 4 of 5 from the field.
He's been aggressive. I love this one right here because he had to work hard for that basket and just kept pounding and pounding away. And then one thing I never had was a spin move. I'm really jealous of that. That was a beautiful move. I love this one right here because you get that big screen by Blumberg's out there behind the arc, and then he rolls hard to the basket. He also had another one where he comes off that screen and he kicked it back to Blumberg's for a 3. So the left side of the floor has been working well. That little axe between Blumberg's and Benson.
Begin the second half in front of our broadcast location. Lopes fans remain on their feet till they hit their opening bucket of the half. Josh Braun and the Lopes looking for their 5th conference victory, staying on pace with the conference leaders, all chasing New Mexico State.
Yeah, I spoke earlier about New Mexico State dropping a game at Seattle. It was the women's team that had dropped a game at Seattle. So both of those, the men's and the women's programs on top of the standings in the West.
Underway, McKissick to Bishop. Bishop, eyed by Benson. Kicks back to his right. Looks left. Robinson, Roderick Robinson. Now to Marcus Smith. Quickly, McKissick. Beyond the arc, trying to move on Vernon. Kicks back out. Robinson. 10-9 on the shot clock. Moving left, trying to cross over on Vernon. Finds a little seam. Not there. Laver's going to pull it down. 5 rebounds for Alessandro Laver.
Talk about, Vernon playing without fouling against smaller defenders out away from the basket. And he's showing some real change from what we saw earlier in this season.
Keontae Vernon with a turnaround right hand.
He's just showing off now. He's doing it on the defensive end, and he's been down there just absolutely beasting him on the block.
Kiss it. Leaves it there for Bishop. Bishop underneath the bucket was looking for Leak. Picked off by Vernon. Benson.
Tough one for Leak to try to pick up there. Ball below his knees.
22 points for Benson and Vernon in the game. Vernon, back out Laver all alone. Bang!
Coach Marley called for the execution of that play. Running Braun as a decoy down along the baseline. And then Laver just sets a little screen and it pops back from behind the arc. That was a diddly play.
Marco Smith. McKissick. Shutting it down. Bishop tried to pull back. Bishop over to McKissick. McKissick takes it left-handed in off the glass past Vernon.
McKissick is so fast. You can't blame Vernon on for getting blown by to the basket there. Did a nice job getting Vernon moving one direction and changing his direction, and big guys can never keep up with the guards when they do that.
Long into Vernon. Vernon's going to turn. Right-handed in, nothing but net.
Almost looked like Vernon faked the bounce pass, which froze the defense, and then went into his offensive move there.
Bishop leaves for Smith. Smith's trying to drive on Braun. Braun's going to be called.
Look at
Vernon one more time down here. Look, he fakes a little bounce pass, and the defender's hand just went down below his shoulders, and that led Vernon and say, hey, I can sling this thing right up over the top of the defense for my 14th point.
Smith connects from the front end.
Guy Xavier Bishop here. Kate talked about him putting up goose eggs in that first half. He was one of those players we had kind of picked to click tonight, and he's got 0 points on 0 of 3 shooting, 0 rebounds, and not an assist in 15 minutes. And it's actually, I think that's 17 and a half minutes now.
Amazingly. 2 leading scorers for the respective teams have 0 points. Benson picked off. Robinson threw it back in blindly, and Smith picked it up. Quickly up to McKissick, but it's picked up by Benson. Loose ball, Frere.
Back-to-back turnovers on both teams, and Smith did one heck of a job on Casey Benson that last possession, just hounding him some 35, 38 feet away from the basket. Lopes didn't get into their offense.
Frere back over to Benson. Foul on Bishop.
And Coach Robinson is determined not to let Casey Benson have the point production he had in that first half. He's throwing all his perimeter players out on Benson to try to get the ball out of his hands.
Richardson takes out Bishop. He's got 3 personal fouls. Isaiah Ross in. McKissick is now called as Benson was driving. 3rd on McKissick. Going to get into foul trouble on a pretty short bench.
Well, they did in that first half. They got into the double bonus before the half was over, and they were giving the Lopes the 1-and-1 with about 8 minutes to go in the first half.
Moving screen on Labor.
I didn't see anything on that one. I wasn't looking at the play. It certainly could have been a foul, and it just seems like we had a kind of a lot of fouls in the first half, and that theme is going to continue here in the second half. Both teams picking up some quick fouls here. Start the second half.
3rd on Labor. Still shaking his head.
Yeah, Labor's got a little of that Williams in him. He never wants to admit to a foul.
Ross, that's picked off by Benson. Frere. Benson's going to drive, a little floater, not there. Foul underneath. Good leak.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a late whistle. Coach Robinson can't believe it, but I think it was the correct call.
Leak's 3rd.
Well, I don't know how he's saying he's not shooting it. They're going to give him a baseline out of bounds play, so it was either a foul after the shot attempt, which I don't know how that could be, but we may take it out of bounds here. Oh, they turned it over. Both teams a little sloppy here executing out of that break. Are they watching cartoons at halftime, Barry?
I think so, little Tom and Jerry. It's always a good one. I was doing a little research. You know, Alessandro Labor, I talked to him on the Dan Marley Show, which, by the way, we'll see immediately following tonight's game on your view. Bolzano, Italy.
Did you talk to him in English or Italian?
Yeah, no, in English, man.
He's picking it up?
Yeah, he's awesome. It's beautiful in Bolzano, Italy. It's right there in the Italian Alps.
Oh, I had no idea where it's at.
It's beautiful. A lot of history there. He loves In-N-Out, too, double-double.
Who doesn't? I grew up on those burgers as a kid.
Let's apparently Kate Longworth has a special guest.
Yeah, I don't know if it gets any more special than this, right? I'm joined courtside by Paul Westphal, and I know last night you were a part of the Suns broadcast as they celebrate 50 years here in the Valley. And you guys talked a little bit about Dan Marley. Share with me some stories about what it was like coaching him as a player.
Well, first of all, the Suns did a retrospective on Dan getting traded last night. we were almost crying up in the set watching it. And I had somebody come up to me at the game here today say, "Well, I saw that about Dan and I wanted to cry." He's such an icon in the Valley, and he deserved it. He worked so hard for everything, and he just loved what he did, and people fed off that, and he still has that quality about him. He just can't run anymore.
And take me through just the heart and the intensity he brought to the game as a player, because I think we see that here as a coach as well.
Dan just loves to compete. He always has. It's just part of him, and he can't be any other way. And when he plays, he's going to respect you if you play hard, because he's going to play hard. And it's really the essence of basketball. It's why people love the game. They love the competition, and then after the game, you shake hands and go home. But he gives it everything he has, always has.
And he's following in some big footsteps here at GCU. You, of course, were the coaching reins here in the late 80s. And in 1988, led the team to the NAIA title. From your perspective, what did that mean to your current team, or to your team at the time? Because now this current team is NCAA Division I tournament eligible.
Well, it was a part of the step, you know, the evolution of Grand Canyon and the way it was planted. I was sitting here with David and Mildred Brazel. They were the original people at Grand Canyon. They were teachers here and coaches, and they're still here enjoying it. And I just see how it's grown, and people like that planted the seeds, and they could live to see it come to fruition. I was a little part of that 25 years ago.
Well, here's hoping the Lopes bring home another title. Right?
That's right, go Lopes. Thank you so much.
Right, thank you, Westy. All right, guys, top that. It's not an easy one.
Looking forward to that opening day for baseball. Coach Brazel will be there. Tim Salmon scheduled to be there as well. Thanks to Paul Westphal, NBA great.
I love Westy. Good man.
Talk about a competitor. Talking about Marley being a competitor.
Yeah, wasn't he on that team that went to the finals?
Yeah.
It was in '76, I believe it was.
Yes,
triple overtime game against the Celtics.
Lethal with the left hand as well as the right. Benson backing in. Back over to Labor. Near side. Leaks on him. Ooh, boy. Eyes in the back of Marco Smith's head. Pick that off. And putting it back to Zaire Ross.
Well, the Lopes had 4 turnovers in the first half, and they got 4 already here in the second.
With a little press on.
Oh, look at Josh Brown with an offensive foul here, pushing up. The mayor is really out of sync. Not only can he get his offensive game going, he can't catch a break on some questionable calls the last couple of games. Let's see here. Well, this is the play before. They just got the steal here and lay it in the basket. Josh can't get the block, and then coming back, he gets the basketball. And you say, the defender kind of keying out of his blind side. He kind of threw his arm out there to protect the ball, and probably was a foul. Oh, from deep.
Robinson way off the mark. Braun's going to pick that up off the floor. Braun to Benson. Going to call Leak. 4 on Leak. Trying to battle. Labor.
Yeah, they were down there. They were like 2 big Brahma bulls banging away at each other. And I think what happened was Leak got hit with a bow. Officials didn't see that one. And they got Leak with the retaliation, cracking the back with the forearm.
Leak's out.
They never catch the first guy is what I'm saying.
Never. Smith's out as well. Labor takes it from Vernon. Ooh, a little push in the back. That didn't take long. Giles called. What do you think of that call?
It was a correct call. He definitely got pushed in the back. I mean, officials have painted themselves into a corner here, Barry, with the way they're blowing the whistle here, unfortunately. Oh, Braun's going to get a scoring ball.
There you go.
I don't mind the game when it's called the same way on both ends and consistently for both halves, but I like a more physical game when they let these young men play. We haven't had that tonight. There's been a lot of whistles on both sides of the ball.
Good to see Josh getting on the scoreboard there. Benson trying to drive. 14-point lead for the Lopes. Under 14 to go, second half. Braun back over to Labor. Labor looking to go inside to Vernon, and that was ill-advised.
5 turnovers he counted.
Yikes. Robinson takes it all the way off the glass.
Well, you know, we talked about playing hard, playing smart, but taking care of that basketball. You turn the ball over, that's giving the team an easy opportunity to score. Right now, the Roos, they were struggling to finish the half scoring and give them some easy buckets in transition. Now they got them scored.
Put back by Frere.
That was huge. I mean, Frere comes down from the free throw line, catches that ball. He dunked it and almost caught it. He threw it down so hard, he was almost able to catch it after it went through the net.
Ross stopping, too heavy. Frere with the rebound, over to Benson.
I don't know who these pro scouts are looking at tonight, but Frere would be a pretty good guy to be scouting. 11 rebounds to go along with a couple nasty flushes.
Labor backing in, not there. Vernon tried to pick up the rebound. It ends up with Xavier Bishop. Bishop still looking for his first points. Robinson, though, has been hitting them from long distance. 2 of 6, now 14 points for Robinson.
They're getting it in transition. They're getting it off the turnovers. One more time, look at the Frere on this last shot. He starts out at the free throw. That shot goes up. He's moving all the way to the basket. My goodness. The quickness of grabbing that ball and then slamming it through. Now, this is a little bit slowed down, but oh, that's a transition 3. Excuse me. That's a transition 3 back the other way. It led to the timeout.
12:48 to go. 50-39. GCU on top. UMKC. Roos coming in 1-5 overall in the Western Athletic Conference. Lopes 4-2.
Yeah, just 6 and 17 in all their games that they played, but they have bad battle on the Lopes tonight. They got a little bit stagnant in that first half, towards the end of that first half, but I would think a team with only 6 wins, the Lopes would have had an easy time on this basketball game, and that has not been the case.
Lopes shooting 5 of 8 in the second half. It's 3 of 12 from the arc.
Yeah, the Lopes have been doing a good job. After Mexico State came down here and kicked them all over the glass, had a plus 25 on the Lopes. Well, the Lopes have been doing a good job since that on the glass. They got a good tongue lashing from Coach Marley, or coached them up, however you want to call it. But I think he got after them, pulled out that chair and that whip. These guys have been absolute terrors on the glass since then. They're plus 16 on the glass tonight. So, you know, he got 12 minutes, 48 seconds to go. Frere's got 11.
And let's send it over to Kate.
Today with the pros on the PGA Tour at the Waste Management Open, and today he managed a couple birdies, and he tees off tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. with the Havocs in tow. That's right, they'll be following Mueller around, and with a crowd like that, I think the Havocs were built for the Waste Management Open. And Jesse Mueller doing a great job with the Grand Canyon Golf Course. It's been a complete 180 in the last couple years as you've seen it grow into a beautiful greens. I don't know yet if you guys have experienced it, but I think you should add it to your bucket list if not.
I'm just afraid I don't think I can play with other golfers on the course. It's just it's a hazard.
I'm doing it next year. I was out there for the Pro-Am yesterday and saw a couple of those guys come through, Fitzgerald and Ryan Urlacher.
You didn't
Aaron
follow
Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers the whole round?
No, I hung out at the 16th hole. I was at a skybox up at the 16th. We had cocktail service. I wasn't going anywhere.
Of course not.
I was happy.
Yeah. So you saw everything.
The bird's eye view, and then like I said, after that I went to the bird's nest afterwards. And hung out with some of the Thunderbirds in the back area. At a concert. You know who's underrated?
Flo Rida?
Flo Rida. He is underrated. He got the party started.
Yeah. Long distance brings out for the Roos, pulled down by Frere.
Who else? 12 boards now. Get a dozen rebounds. He's been a monster on the glass.
I saw Flo Rida.
You did?
Yeah.
Where at?
Down in South Beach.
Well, that's where you got to start, right? Florida, Florida.
Yeah, you know,
for people that don't know.
He has a decked out hearse. The door swings open automatically. It's really kind of eerie. But it gathered quite a crowd. On that note, we'll step aside. The Lopes up 50-39. Lowrider Stories coming back. You'll want to leave it right here.
Our armed forces' heroism, courage, and bravery give greater meaning to what it is to be an American. Grand Canyon University honors you and pays tribute to you and your family. As a community, GCU celebrates your service, your sacrifice, and your commitment. God bless all the brave men and women who put our country first. We want to do the same for you. GCU puts you first with its flexible and convenient online degree programs. We salute you and thank you for your service.
I'm Christian Talon, and I'm earning my bachelor's in information technology at GCU. Cyber threats are a growing problem for companies and individuals alike. A lot of resources are under scrutiny of attack. I found it my purpose to try and help businesses and defend themselves against those attacks. One of the great benefits to going to GCU is that we as students get access to the state-of-the-art IT labs where we can put to practice the information that we're learning in our classrooms.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/IT.
Welcome back. Taking a look at GCU's schedule for this month. They finished off this home stand, if you will, on Saturday against Chicago State before hitting the road, heading to UTRGV next Thursday, followed by the big one circled on the calendar February 10th as they look for a little revenge against the Aggies at New Mexico State. As you remember, Aggies right now perfect 6-0 in conference play. Then they are back here at the end of the month to round things off against Cal State Bakersfield and Seattle University. And then you want to be here that first weekend in March, Cal State Bakersfield, March 3rd, to get your last look at the Lopes before they head to Las Vegas for the WAC tournament. And as we know, the madness of March, anything can happen.
No doubt about it. New Orleans, that was a nice little visit we paid over there for Morgan State.
It was.
Great atmosphere. Scored 100 points against Morgan State, so hopefully that vibe continues.
Well, that was fun. I really enjoyed it. Looking forward to the tournament.
Okay, Dave Vernon at the line.
Jinx, I was going to say that
right.
Confidence made on that last free throw in the first half. We skyballed that free throw in there and comes back here after the TO. Sometimes after the TO is the hardest time to make 2 free throws.
Bishop for Robinson. Loses handle. Ooh.
He took out Thunder?
No, he took out one of our student worker videographers over there. He's a tough dude, man. Farm boy from one of the Dakotas.
Yeah, Jared Martin does such a nice job of moving his feet. He actually rakes down and gets his hand on top of that ball. And what do you say? Took out your buddy down there on the baseline.
He's all right. Bishop looking for his first points. There it is.
Well, that's what we thought we'd see more of out of Bishop throughout this entire game. And he just has not been able to get much going at all.
Martin, near side, back out, Braun, throws up a 3. Good!
Well, you know, we talked about Pinson went to the bucket and got a basket, and then Braun, he went to the bucket earlier with a little post up in his first half, and then he comes down and knocks down a 3 too.
Robinson wanted another 3 of his own.
See what Milstead does with this possession here. He's been really good coming off that pine, taking care of the ball and running the show.
Milstead almost lost it, got help from Martin, another 3. Oh! Bam!
Well, getting that confidence back now. Back-to-back 3-point bombs dropped on the Roods.
6-0 run for the Lopes, high off the glass. Bishop has a couple of quick buckets. Milstead.
to his right, comes back out.
That's fine. So you throw the defense there, especially when your guy takes a swipe and you got an advantage. But now the freshman's showing some more experience by coming back out here and setting the offense.
Braun feeds Blumbergs off the glass. Height was definitely in his favor.
Yeah, and it was a nice job of keeping the ball high after receiving the pass. Didn't bring it down when the little guys can get it. I think we're going to get a timeout. Someone got cracked in the nose and maybe bleeding. Who was that? It looks like it's Robinson. Robinson down on the bench. They put the gauze up the nostrils.
Jared Martin.
So he gets stuck down there with Ron trying to fight off of that area underneath the basket and going to work on. He's tough. He'll be back. I don't know if he's tough. He might be tough.
He's tough. Bishop tried to cross up Milstead. McKissick, he's going to try to move on Damari. Martin came up for some help. McKissick swarmed, finally finds Isaiah Ross.
They're going to get a shot up quick.
Ross takes it right, and oh no.
Oh, with 2 seconds on the 30-second shot clock, a foul in the basket. Oh, that's just tough for the low. They play great defense for 28 seconds, and then Matt Jackson, unable to stay with the driving Ross to the basket, commits the foul. Here's what I don't understand, though. Why don't you go ahead and crack the guy? You're in a bad way like that. Just crack him, knock him to the floor, then pick him up and say, hey, no harm, foul. So just go to the line and try to make your 2 free throws. So lucky to avoid the 3-point play there.
Milstead swarm with the press. Loose ball on Damari Milstead.
That was tough on Damari. I think he got a situation where he wanted to beat the trap with the dribble rather than the pass, and then he got all discombobulated underneath there when he started twisting and turning. They made him start changing directions. So he put that one on the film and let the young fellow take a look at that one in practice or in the film session over the next couple of days.
Bernard, McKissick. Moving on Martin, high off the glass and in.
Oh, they are fast. The Lopes were killing them points in paint. And I think Coach Robinson told his guys they got to start driving the ball to the basket, getting some paint points themselves.
Braun helped out Damari. Ooh, that was close.
Well, that's going to be penalty. Yeah, penalty. They've been banging the dribbles. It was Benson earlier. Now Milstead. They're trying to go at the young freshman, and they've been too handsy, too much body out there on the perimeter. Now Milstead's got to make them pay from the line. You got to say if you're going to get fouled like that, you got to go to the line and make your free throws, and he doesn't. But Jackson with the offensive rebound.
Blumbergs puts it home.
That's Blumberg's couple inside now for him. Last few moments.
7 for Roberts. Blumbergs. Kissick. Trying to work that speed again. Martins stops it, but a foul was committed before that. And Jared Martin's going to be called.
Well, I really like the way this kid, McKissick, uses his speed, because he knows that, you know, he's fast, but he's not lightning fast, and that guys can keep up with his first move. So they'll drive them hard and then bring them back. And when they try to come back to close back out, that's when he's gone. It's almost like a post move on the perimeter where you might show a guy one direction in the post and then come back in the opposite direction, or an up and under. Well, McKissick does the same thing on the perimeter, but he does it dribbling hard one way, coming back, and then going back the same direction before the defender can catch up.
Picked off. Marco Smith. Damari got a hand on it, but McKissick puts it back.
That made Coach Marley lose his jacket on that one. He could not believe that the simple execution of getting the ball over the mid-court stripe is causing his team so much trouble.
I saw it. It's so irritating to take the coat off.
I think he should have just kept it off at that point.
Yeah. Just
He put
throw
it
it
back
down.
out. Maybe he's got a clause in his contract.
Maybe. Foul on UMKC. 62-49 is the score. Oscar Freyer with 12 rebounds in the game, has 5 points, has another highlight putback dunk.
Yes, he does. Yeah, I like the way the kid's energy's been tonight. He ain't been shooting it all that great, but his energy's been good. Not just for the getting on the glass, the dodge on the perimeter defense and so forth. He's just flicking, That was after a play where he could have given up when he hung his head, tried it back on defense, came back hard working. He gets that board, rips it out, starts another break, and then I love this one right here. He just comes over, jumps over 2 guys to get that block shot. I love that one there, midcourt. Flare screen comes right back to the top, and then boom, right in your living room there with that follow finish.
Freyer with 12 rebounds, that matching a career high. He's done twice, the last time against Seattle, February 16th of last year.
You know, you're up 13 and you're feeling good about the way you're playing here. You're going to be close to that, 75, 80 point plateau, and that's why I thought the Lopes needed to be outlast the Rouge tonight. But the execution in this second half and the trouble what they've had in getting the ball over that midcourt stripe, there's plenty to work on the next day before you try to face Seattle. But Seattle's watching, not Seattle, Chicago State. They're watching this game going, hey, if we can get our transition game going and put some pressure on them and try to keep it close, maybe we had a chance to come in here and steal one. So 7 minutes, 44 seconds left to go. Lopes got to tighten up a little bit on their offensive execution. They're going to win this game. But they want to be able to go in the locker room and say, okay, it wasn't pretty close to the game, but we finished on a high note.
Lopes 9 of 13 here in the second, hitting 69.2%. They lead at 62-49. Damari Milstead at the free throw line. First attempts there tonight.
You like the freshman, Milstead?
Oh, yeah.
I like him too. Yep. Yeah. He came in here with a lot of hype.
Yep.
And probably wanted to play more early on than he did, but Benson was playing so well. Didn't see the court a whole lot, and Adu was playing good. But he just kept working. I mean, and here we are in the middle of conference play now, and this guy's getting minutes in crunch time down the stretch.
Yep. He seems like very coachable. Wants to get better. What more would you want? Jackson came down with it, ended up with Martin. He's got some wheels. Ooh. Yikes.
That's not the execution I was talking about.
No, that wouldn't be one of the examples.
I think Dan has, like, 3 shades of red he can get depending on the level of the turnovers.
And especially crucial when it happens right in front of him.
It almost hit him in the head, I think.
I know, that's not a good move. Got Casey Benson up quick. Smith looking for a 3, and he connects up over Blumbergs. As UMKC tries to chip away. They'll still getting a lot of time here on the floor. Great experience. Braun turns to the bucket, looks inside, finds Jackson alone, now to Milstead. Milstead moves to his right, looking to go past Smith. Off the glass and in.
Oh, right on cue right there by that young man. That was good execution right there. Little swing, and then Milstead put his head down, went hard to the basket. He must have known that Vincent was at the scores table ready to check in for him. He's like, I got to go crack one up before I get taken out of the game.
6 for Damari, but up over the top of Milstead is Marco Smith with a couple of back-to-back threes. Swarming Damari, they get it over to Martin, up to Braun. Braun to Jackson, back to Braun. Pulls down the 3, now he brings it in.
Thought Braun was going to shoot that.
I thought he was too.
After having made 2 this first half, I thought he was going to knock it down. I think that was a tougher 3 than the one that he passed up earlier. And maybe he was thinking, well, one of my guys is down in the back court. I don't have the numbers, but to me, if you hit a couple and the coach is already telling you need to get more shots, you go ahead and take that one.
Is this a foul on Jackson?
Look at Mac Jackson working behind there, trying to go for the ball. He's got his arm wrapped up a little bit. Well, they've been calling it close all night long. They're consistently calling it close all night long. I think I mentioned earlier, I like a more physical game because I couldn't play in one that was too free-flowing. So I like to let the young men go out there and bang around a little bit. I'm sure they enjoy it more, too.
Malik now 3 of 5 from the line tonight. Jackson pulls that down. Vernon's in the game.
Yeah, 39th rebound now for GCU. They got 39 boards, just 19 for Kansas City.
Vernon and Benson check in.
How about that? A plus 20 on the boards, Barry?
Nice.
Huge.
Vernon trying to back it in. Right hand foul. Giles.
That was definitely a foul. You can call that regardless of what kind of game you're playing when the guy's going up for a shot like that. But
5:28 to go. Giles DQs with 5 personal fouls. Start to pile up now.
Yeah, look at the game quietly that Vernon has put together. 4 of 6 from the free throw line. He's got 16 points. Not the game Giles would have wanted there. You got the old 0-5. Never is a good stat line, but Vernon is a 6 of 8 from the field tonight. I mean, he's having the kind of game that we've been seeing a lot out of Lavers lately. Lavers have been putting up those kind of numbers where he's been shooting 67, 72% from the field and scoring 20-plus points every night. So I don't know if he's going to make it to the 20-point-plus plateau tonight, but he's been doing all the bigs have been getting it done for the Lopes.
Ooh, almost picked off by Keontae Vernon right into your face.
I'm over here trying to catch the ball, and Beth Hoffman next to me, she's ducking and covering over here.
I saw Beth dive in front of you.
She's done
1,000 games over here at the score stand. You would think her reaction time and instincts would have been a little bit more natural to go after the ball. She's letting the Havocs protect her back in.
All I saw was Beth trying to protect you.
Beth would protect me.
She would.
She'd give up her body for me.
That's right. Rest of the business.
Jared, on the other hand, you be on your own when they're sitting next to Jared.
How did this work out?
Got the short stick, my friend.
I think he'd be there for us. Now he's shaking his head no. Oh, look at here.
Maybe I called this game too quick. He got a 10-point game, still got 5 minutes to go. Lopes on the break.
Milstead bounce pass. Keontae Vernon off the glass.
They've been spoon-feeding old Vernon down low all night long tonight. So he was 6 of 8, now make him 7 of 9 underneath. Easy bucket, 18 points. He's going to go for 20 tonight.
Roderick Robinson looking to move on Vernon. Stops. Back.
Well, Peru's picked up the pace offensively. They're trying to get more possessions here to cut into that deficit. They can get this thing under double digits. Who knows what might happen? You've seen a lot of teams crack after that ball, after the lead falls to single digits. Can the Lopes hang on?
Robinson was 16 with cotton stuffed up his nostrils.
Oh, and they're going to get Vernon for banging down low with the offensive foul. Said he used his shoulder and dislodged the defender. Let's see. Let's take a look at this one more time. Is this just big man basketball here? That's just a big man moving on a little guy here. If you ain't got enough kilos, stay out of the paint. You can't blame a bigger, stronger opponent for going down low to the basket like that. That's play started in the lower blocks. That should be allowed to play. I don't care if the player is outside the cylinder.
Both teams shooting over 60% here in the second half. McKissick. Robinson, who is right.
Xavier
stop. Bishop, long 3. Heavy, Vernon alone for the rebound.
Yeah, that's the shot they wanted. That was an ill-advised time for a three-pointer with nobody inside or no one even big enough to be able to try to get an offensive rebound.
Frayer waits patiently, gives it back to Milstead.
Yeah, they're gonna work a little clock here. Uh-oh.
Back over, Benson driving. Foul. Marco Smith called.
Yeah, double bonus now. Lopes are going to line and shoot too.
Timeout on the floor, 10-point lead, 68-58. The Lopes over the Roos. We'll be right back.
I'm Sarah. I'm a senior at GCU studying hospitality management. My professors are industry professionals. It makes me feel comfortable knowing that I'm being trained in relevant information. One of the things I love about GCU is just the importance they place on servant leadership. There's so many opportunities for students to be able to learn outside of the classroom. When you graduate from GCU with a hospitality degree, people know that you're prepared. GCU is helping me find my purpose.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu. The Grand Canyon University Championship Golf Course features over 7,200 yards of tees and tree-lined fairways, signature par 3s, greenside bunkers, and a 22,000 square foot clubhouse. The Lope House restaurant, serving modern American cuisine, is open to the public 7 days a week. Come experience the best golf and dining destination in the heart of Phoenix. Book your tee times at gcugolf.com.
Well, Nicole Powell and the women's basketball team were on a roll. They had had 8 wins in their last 10 games. They're at the 500 mark, but tonight losing a heartbreaker at UMKC, falling in overtime 84-82. They'll look to rebound back into the win column Saturday when they head to Chicago State. They will be getting back in action here at GCU Arena on February 8th. Meanwhile, looking at around the WAC, Cal State Bakersfield looking for just their second win in conference actions. Chicago State still winless in the WAC. The score right now, 35-20, with just under 5 minutes to go in that first half. Holden leading the way for Bakersfield with 11 points, and Damian Durham has 8 points leading the way for Chicago State.
Damian Durham and the Roadrunners making a visit here at the finale of the regular season for conference play. Benson connects. Haven't seen Bakersfield yet. Closing it out against UMKC and Chicago State.
Yeah, isn't that
this weekend
kind of surprising that we're finishing up with 2 teams and haven't seen one?
February 17th at Bakersfield. Marco Smith on by Benson. Kicks back out. Ooh, Vernon with a block. Ooh, the rebound picked up. Driving up over the top. McKissick had a night.
Oh, like I said, I got an 8-point game here.
Look out. Milstead. Underhand and in.
Well, this kid has shown that he can play in crunch time down the stretch in a conference game. He has come up big here in the second half.
Vernon being active. Nowhere to go for Bishop. Martin. Back out. Frayer for 3. Got a hand on it. Did Robinson.
Yeah, he blocked it from the side. He closed down on the side and got a piece of the shot.
Bishop turning back over to McKissick. Bishop in the corner. He's going to drive baseline. Kick back out. McKissick beyond the arc. Got Frayer's hand in his face. Nowhere to go. Back out. Bishop's going to try for 3. Oh, hits the side of the backboard.
He's been off all night. He had a incredible trip down here to the Valley of the Sun. As good as this kid is, when he's shooting them off the side of the board like that, you know it's just not your night.
Under 2 to go. Martin. Milstead. Eyes up the three. Good! Damari Milstead!
The Lopes with their sixth three-pointer on that bucket by Milstead. And he's got 11 points tonight.
Having a career night, Damari Milstead. Timeout called by the Roos. Coach Kareem Richardson. 1:29 to go on the clock. 13-point lead for GCU.
Look at this one more time here. Casey Benson always with his eyes up, finds a streaking Milstead down that left wing, and he's able to beat the defenders at the basket, and then gets that long cross-court pass, and he loves it.
Pride of Hayward, California, teammate of the gentleman right there alongside, Oscar Freire at Moreau Catholic. Freire sitting on that career mark of 12 rebounds. Hit that plateau 2 other times. Benson taking his time. Kissick on him. Vernon comes out. Martin quickly near side. Freire for three. Oh, it rings out. Smith, 1 minute remaining in the game. Smith drives. Right hand, swatted away by Oscar Freire. There's a new mark for Oscar Freire as he gathers it in.
He hasn't been able to get that three ball to go. He's 0 for 4 from behind the arc. But boy, has he had one whale of a game. Either patrolling the glass like that one and swatting that ball away, controlling that paint, and then getting on the glass. He's got a new career high in rebounds. Meanwhile, his buddy you were talking about, he's got a career high in points tonight with 11 points. Previous high was 9 against who was it? Morgan State back on the 27th of December. So both those kids out of the Bay Area brought it to the yard tonight.
Now 17 minutes and counting for Milstead on the court. Bishop. Oh, that's short. No go. He's a little bit off tonight. That's going to pretty much be the end of it. The Lopes are going to improve to 5-2, 16-7 overall as they eye Chicago State here Saturday night. We encourage you to come on out. Up high, Oscar Freire!
That was impressive. I'm not trying to show up the roots here, but there was about a 5-second differential between shot clock and game clock, so they had to get up the shots. They literally launched Freire out of that right corner, and he slammed it home.
Oh my! 79-62, the Lopes over the Roos.
Go back to that last one. He starts in the deep behind the three-point line, and Casey Benson just throws it up there. He caught that ball outside the framework of the backboard, just glided it all the way to the bucket.
7 points, 13 rebounds for that man, Oscar Freire. His high school teammate, Damari Milstead. 11 points, 3 rebounds in 18 minutes. We'll be back with the post-game press conference from head coach Dan Marley. We'll have our player of the game. We'll revisit Scott's 3 keys and wrap things up from Phoenix, Arizona. Lopes victorious 79-62 over UMKC, improving now to 5-2 in Western Athletic Conference play. Keep it right here.
In addition to watching WAC basketball on your mobile device, you can now watch selected games on your TV through Apple TV, Droid TV, Amazon Fire, and Roku. Brought to you by the Western Athletic Conference and Blue Frame Technology. Get ready for the WAC Indoor Track and Field Championships, February 22nd through the 24th in Nampa, Idaho. Who will be the next WAC champion?
Grand Canyon University, Arizona's private Christian university, is a top tourism market bustling right in the heart of Phoenix. Join the student team at the GCU Hotel, Canyon 49 Grill, and Coffee Shop GCBC for real-world learning opportunities. Hospitality students can gain workplace skills and leadership training on the GCU Championship Golf Course, featuring brand new amenities. Across every enterprise, you have the chance to network, learn, and grow. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, the 2018 WAC Basketball Tournament at the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas. March 7th through 10th, 14 games, 4 days of WAC madness. Be there for the triumph. Get your tickets now at orleansarena.com. See you in WAC Vegas.
Welcome back. Here are the final stats. Over the Lopes are victorious over the Roos, 79-62. 51.9% from the field. 6 of 18, they improved their three-point mark in the second half. 17-24 from the free throw line. Rebounding, look at that, 45-24, 13-4 second chance points and points in the paint. 40-30.
A nice job. I mean, that number, that points in the paint number, 40 points in the paint is absolutely huge. A plus 21 on the glass. And I like the fact that they didn't let that small team out hustle them around the basket and get a lot of additional second chance opportunities. Did a really good job tonight here after they, found their stride there. And about that 6-minute mark in the first half, they really just took off.
Definitely responded coming out for the second half. Guys stepped up. It was good to see Damari Milstead. He's going to get extended minutes now with Shaq Carr no longer on the team. He's going to see considerable minutes. It's a learning experience. You got to be a little bit patient. He's going to make some miscues.
Sure.
But coming off a performance at Utah Valley where he didn't see a lot of time after committing 2 quick turnovers, he really stepped it up tonight.
Stepped up his game. You could see he got a little swagger, a little confidence, and then he just really started playing real well after he got a bucket inside. Then he knocked down an outside shot, and then he was just off and running. I like the way the kid plays with confidence, and I like the fact that he waited for his opportunities to come, and he's making the most of it when he's on the floor. I love that coast-to-coast one there, putting the pressure on the defense. They don't stop the ball. You keep taking it to the rack, and he did that a lot tonight. And I love that one there, beating the defender on that left wing and scoring. And this is a play just right after that layup. He gets that outside shot to fall down, and got to give him a big hand.
No
Coach
doubt
Marley's
about
going
it.
to surely give him a lot of props at the press conference after the game, too.
And why not give it to it's all Moro Catholic night here. The player of the game, you're going to give it to Oscar Freyer.
It was a tough one for me because I love Keontae Vernon, and he had a bounce-back game after a bad one up at Utah Valley, but this was Freyer's game tonight. I just thought the way he patrolled the glass was huge for the Lopes. I mean, you get 13 boards in a game, and 2 of them on the offensive end, a number of 2 blocked shots, a steal, plus great pressure defense, deflections, and I love that follow jam. So 7 points, didn't shoot real well from behind the arc, over 5, but his imprint was all over this basketball game tonight, so he's our player of the game.
Career high, as you see it, 13 rebounds, came a little bit late, and then he finished it off. I don't know how he put that ball back. I mean, he looked like he was 5-6 feet away from the bucket, and he just flew. It's like the Matrix. And he put it home. It's like one highlight reel after another. It's almost like how long are you going to keep that streak alive, like you mentioned about YouTube viral videos.
Yeah, you got your choice tonight in the second half. It was either the follow jam or the lob there for Benson. Both of those probably be on the same ticket.
Josh Braun responded a little bit in the second half. Good to see, because the first was a whole different story as he tries to kind of fight his way through this little bit of a drought.
Yeah, I think it was Tiger Woods that said sometimes he has to go out there without his A game, and he just got to kind of work it around and try to, get back to the barn the best he could. Well, that was Josh Braun tonight. His first half was, again, one of those ones where you think, has the young man lost his confidence? Yeah. But we should know more about the makeup of that player, because he just stayed with it, got himself a bucket underneath, and then a couple threes, and then had a nice second half.
Let's send it into Dan Marley's post-game press conference.
Good, happy. we knew they were going to be tough. They battled. They played well. Did a great job on the boards. Again, our turnovers kind of cost us a little bit, but overall really good. Happy with how we played. Rebounding-wise, I thought everybody played well. So just happy that's one. We got another one Saturday. So it's a good win. Yeah, I mean, it was hard. They did a good job of when we threw it inside, everybody collapsed. And that's just a part of our freshmen, Ali and Rob. They got to just be strong with the ball. They're going to start seeing different defenses. So that was good especially for Ali. He made some bad turnovers. He had 5. So that's good for him. He's just got to start learning. Different people are going to start guarding him different ways. So he just got to be strong with the ball. And I thought Casey, best game he's played here. About time, Casey. But it's the best he's played. Looked a little bit more aggressive as far as looking at the basket. So we just got to build on it. I thought Keontae, those 2 seniors, Josh hit 2 big threes in the second half. So going down the stretch, especially as we get to the tournament time, we're going to need the 3 seniors to play well. And I think Casey and Keontae did a better job. So that was big. And then I'm happy for Damari. You got some extended minutes and played really, really well in the second half. He's just got to get a little more confidence with handling the basketball, but really good passer, and he doesn't really have any fear, which is good. Yeah, it's been rough on Josh because everybody just keys in on him, and they don't let him get off too many times. So, he hit 2 big shots. So as long as we win, we're fine. And like I said, our 3 seniors are going to have to do it, and the other 2 stepped up. And Josh is going to be fine. Just got to keep working through it, and there'll come a time where he gets it going. I know he will. Well, Oscar should have 9 boards. I mean, we're playing against a smaller team, and as athletic he is, that's his job. I mean, he's 0 for 5 from 3. He's not a shooter. I keep telling that. I don't mind him taking shots, but he's got to get 13 rebounds, which he did tonight. I think that's a career high for him. So that's exactly how he has to play. Block shots, crash the boards. When he has a shot, take it, but just don't rely on being a jump shooter because that's not his game. Well, you just got to be a little bit more aggressive. I mean, he doesn't really look at the basket. He's got to look to shoot. I don't need him to shoot a lot. I'm not asking him to shoot a lot. I don't care if he doesn't take a shot, but he's got to be a threat. And tonight I thought he was more of a threat as far as looking to score a little bit more. And if he does that, it puts pressure on them to start guarding him, and then their guys are open. So, we all know Casey's been a terrific player and has played great competition. So he's just got to get to a point where he's starting to look for a shot. And that doesn't mean shoot. That means look for it and be a threat. Yeah, we've been a pretty good offensive rebounding team all year long. We've been a good defensive rebounding team also. So when we have size, which we do, I mean, we got one of the bigger teams around. We expect to not get beat on the boards and to crash, and that's always been something that we've been stressing all year long, and that and guarding the ball. And you see how that worked today. We still can't guard the basketball. So we've worked on it for 3 straight days, so we'll work on it again tomorrow, and we'll work on it again. Saturday it'll be the same thing with Chicago State. Just break us down and try to take us, and we got to do a better job of getting down and guarding people. Sense of pride. Well, I mean, it's hard because they spread it out, and they're such a good 3-point shooting team. You got to help from the weak side, and sometimes we've done that. But if you start helping too much, and they kick, and you're giving up threes, you just got to get down and guard your guy. That's all there is to it. It's a one-on-one matchup. You can't help too much because if you get in there help, they're one of the they shoot. I think they're top 40 in 3-point shots made and attempted. So if you start helping too much, you're giving up threes, wide open threes, and they can get that going too. So it's hard to guard a straight line drive. I don't care how much help you got. If a guy blows by you on 1 or 2 dribbles, it's not a whole lot you can do.
What was your sense about how the guys responded throughout the practice and tonight from Saturday?
Our attitude is always great. We got some of the greatest guys ever. I mean, every day come in no matter how much of a jerk I am. They play hard, and they stay together, and they do everything I ask them to do. And I told them I got high expectations of them and what I expect of them. And if that ever starts bothering them, then I said the alternative is me to lower my expectations. And you don't want me to lower my expectations, because when I stop coaching and I lower my expectations, then we'll have a problem. So I expect a lot of them every day. I expect them to get better, and that's how I coach them, and they understand that. So that's fine. I got great guys. They're always working hard. They want to be good, and they want to work, and I think they're doing a pretty good job.
That extended time, you think, helped Damari get
Oh, I think anytime as a point guard and as a freshman, you know, it's hard to go out there and play for 3 minutes and come out. I mean, you can't get a rhythm. But I've told them, unfortunately, that's a life of a freshman point guard. You don't have 2 or 3 minutes to get it going, man. So that's why I tried to leave him in there with Casey a little bit. So it wasn't just all on him. He could take a little bit of break. And I actually played G at the point guard for a little bit, and I thought he did a great job. I think, you know, G's a guy who's very smart if he just slows down. But he did a good job in there, too. So we'll just do it by committee. And, you know, we'll play Casey and Damari together, sometimes G. And I think, you know, for Casey, I think, you know, limited minutes is better than him playing 30, 32 minutes. That's too much. So I think he can do just as well in 25, 22 minutes as he can do in 32. He's fresher. You know, it's not so much wear and tear. And at his position, you got to be, you know, you got to have. You can't be tired all the time. And if you play too much, you're tired all the time. So I think in limited minutes, I think tonight with his minutes at, what was it at, 25? I think that's perfect. So Damari's going to step up, and if Jared can do it, he'll do it too. Well, we'll just keep doing it. Yeah, we want to keep Ollie going. You know, it wasn't a good night for Ollie. You know, he hit 5 turnovers. It's still at 7 and 7, but it's just tough with him because he's got to guard the smaller guys. Got a little bit of foul trouble, and like I said, he's got to learn different coverages. So he'll start seeing guys double, triple team him down there. He's just got to be strong on the ball, and made a couple of really bad passes. But that's being a freshman, and we'll work on that too. So he'll be fine. We're just gonna keep doing what we're doing. Hey, Oscar. Career rebounds, congratulations.
Great comments from head coach Dan Marley.
Happy Dan Marley
yeah,
there,
really.
yeah. Huh?
But some great stuff. You know, Jared Martin, he playing him at the point, you know, and he handles the ball really well. So that's interesting now that they, you know, with Shaq Carr no longer on the team, that they're going to put him in there and give Damari Milstead some extended time as well.
Yeah, I thought the bench played well. You mentioned Milstead a lot tonight, but you're right. Martin played good coming off that pine. He had 7 points tonight. The bench had 25 points, so that was big.
Yep. Let's revisit Scott's 3 keys for tonight's game.
Well, I mean, it was pretty simple tonight. I mean, you got to play, you know, with your heart tonight. This way, after a couple losses on the road, you got to play with your heart, and a couple 8 blocks there to just 2 for UMKC. And I like the fact that they also have the second chance points, 13-4 advantage as well, and then a slab of beef and rebounding. That was big. A plus 21 on the glass, and throw points in the paint in there, 40-30 points in the paint advantage for the Lopes. And then the headache. I love the fact that they took care of that basketball in the first half. They only had 4 turnovers in the first half. Got a little sloppy when they put some of that full court press on them in the second half. Threw the ball off of Coach Marley's bench over there. But I thought they did a nice job playing tonight. Knocked out really, 2.5 with the 3 keys.
Well, the Lopes have a very quick turnaround, Scott. They face Chicago State this Saturday at GCU Arena. GCU needs 2 wins this week to help with the WAC tournament seedings in their quest to earn an NCAA tournament berth. Join us for the Lopes pregame show starting at 6:30. Tip-off shortly after at 7, right here on your view, Cox Channel 4. Or listen to Michael Potter and Tom Kuiper on The Fanatic. AM 1580, FM 95.9, and 99.3 FM. But that'll do it from here at GCU Arena tonight, where the Lopes are victorious and improved to 5-2 in the Western Athletic Conference after defeating the Roos from UMKC 79-62. Again, remember to join us Saturday night. GCU hosting Chicago State. But until then, for Kate Longworth, Scott Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Barry Butel. Stay tuned. Coming up, it's the Dan Marley Show. Have a good night.